Good morning, Keisha. How you doing? Y'all go ahead and drop down and hit that like button for me. We'll go ahead and start here in just a second. I'm gonna see if some more people are gonna come in. I know my notifications go out slow or whatever. So I'm gonna get a few things together on here and then you guys can drop on down. Keisha, I'm doing okay. My allergies is really messing up at the moment. I have been having some problems breathing out of my nose. It has got a little bit better. I could finally kind of breathe because when I was trying to eat, honey, I was having problems because I couldn't breathe out my nose. And I'm still kind of having those problems too. I don't know if this is something off in the air because me and my children, we all experience the same thing. Now, they haven't told me anything about them not being able to breathe out their nose, but honey, I have been having that issue. Like, it's very irritating. But like I said, it's gotten better. So I won't complain. I don't know if it's like a head cold, a sinus cold, what it is. I think it's leaning towards more my allergies because in September I normally get like this. So we shall see. It's just irritating. Hey, black coffee. I might need some coffee, honey. I might need some black coffee for real. I hope I feel better too. Hey, Life for Taboo. Yeah, the weather keeps changing, y'all. We keep getting all of this weird weather and stuff like that. But anyway, it's not enough about me. So, Olivia, I seen Olivia get on here yesterday. Okay. Um, in her mind, she feels like she has her own set of rules that she has to follow. And that the rules that she has set in place in her head is the rules that's supposed to be followed. Um, Olivia been knowing about her car been messing up for some time now. So when you have a vehicle that's on there, that's your only transportation, you're supposed to make sure you keep up, keep upkeep on your car, especially if it's an older model. It really does not matter what type of model of your a car that somebody's driving. It's the upkeep that you keep up on it to keep it running. You know, people have older cars, old school cars that they still drive from back in the 60s and the 50s, and they're driving them off from 25 because they know how to keep their cars up. They know how to maintain the maintenance on the cars and things like that. If you're screaming how you got a man paying your bills, then how come you couldn't get that same man to pay for your car to not be causing you problems, especially when you're toting his child around? I would think that if he's able to assist with you with rent, then he should be able to assist with you when it comes to car maintenance. So then you won't have to worry about rolling in a car that's going to stop on you while you're driving. That's dangerous. It's funny how that car is able to get to where you want it to go to, but when it's time for you to go pick up your kids at the pickup spot, you can't make it. That's sad. Um, if there's drop off times that are for you to pick up your kids, then those are the times that you're supposed to pick them up. If Gerard finds in his heart or in his mind that he decides that he does not want to play your game with you because you decide when you want to come pick up your kids instead of when you're supposed to, then he can make that choice. You have appointed times where you're supposed to come pick up your kids. If you have excuses as to why you can't pick them up, those are your excuses, nobody else's. And when you're operating on somebody else's time, you have to understand that you have to wait. Nobody's waiting hand and foot on you like you want somebody to. It's not about you, it's about them. Um, I have absolutely no understanding as to why she feels like she can do what she wants to do when she wants to do it and there's no consequences. Excuses are not going to help you in court. you presenting things between you and Gerard is not going to help you in court because those issues that you have are with the court. Once the gavel was hit, once the judge made his decision, that's who you have to answer to. Gerard has nothing to do with anything that you think he has something to do with. He cannot save you before the 30th. um that little GoFundMe that you got set in place for you. It's funny how you could set up a GoFundMe for you to be able to not end up in jail or things like that. But for some reason you're not able to go and get a GoFundMe for you to be able to save your children from being taken away. That is really sad. You know that? I mean, I just don't understand it. Sometimes you just have to put yourself on the back burner when it pertains to your children, and you have to do what you got to do. You have to make sure that when you have things that is set in place for you to follow, that you follow those things. You shouldn't be sitting up here thinking that you are above the law when you're not. When the court tells you that there's something that you're supposed to do, you're supposed to do it. Um, and you cannot do it on your time, and you cannot make excuses for it. So when you were supposed to, what's up, Jack Lee? So when you were supposed to pick up your children the other day, then that's when you were supposed to pick them up. When you made the conscious decision to not do that, then you also made the decision to not see them online trying to save face before court, trying to make it seem like you're trying to get those kids when you said fuck up before the summer hit. Decision to go to Florida because you wanted to play like and go to school when you had just made the statement, which I had already been telling my audience, that you're not able to leave Texas. You have to stay there. They have told, that's why you had to leave from Florida to come to Texas. All of that back and forth stuff, they were tired of it because you were making excuses as to why you couldn't make it here, make it there, or anywhere. So they said, well, let's just make it easy for you until this certain time or until we feel like this, that, and the third. You have to reside off in Texas. Texas. So for you to make a decision, okay, we back. Okay, I went out. For you to make the conscious decision to go to Florida to go to school, saying because you didn't have no help in Texas, you felt like it was just so right for you to go to Florida. Nobody told you that you could do that. You took that up on yourself. The course is not going to look at you and say, "Oh, well, we seen her go to Florida to try to better herself, so we're going to make it easy for her. We're going to take it light on her." That's not going to be what the situation is going to be at hand. Okay, I think we keep going in and out, but I'm watching. So they're going to ask you, how come? Y'all let me know if I'm choppy in the chat. I'm watching my bubble. So I'll know if I'm going in and out or not. Might be somebody zapping me, but they'll be okay. It's in the morning time. Go get you some breakfast. Go get you some black coffee and go grab you a seat and sit in it and go get the Bible and read it. Okay? That's what y'all need to do. But anyways, the entire thing was a skit. Liv as a sick woman. The kids were picked up at 3:45. Oh, okay. So she left the children at school. See, here in Oklahoma City, this is how they play this game. See, you have a time that you have to come pick up your children. And if those kids are not picked up at a certain time, you know who's going to come pick your kids up for you since you didn't come pick them up, especially if you don't communicate with the school as to why you're late. If they're supposed to be picked up at a certain time, they do give you like a sort of type of grace period, like 15 minutes at tops, and they're not supposed to exceed over that time. Okay. They will call child protective services on you, even at the daycare center. If your child is left there after 5:30, 6 o'clock, whatever the case may be, whatever time they close, you have to understand these people have families of their own that they have to get to. So playing with you when you want to pick and choose to come pick up your child, especially when you don't even work, when you don't even work, when you don't even work, why is your child staying all the way until close time? I mean, if that's what you choose to do, that's your prerogative because, I mean, if it's getting paid for, why not? But at the same time, what are you doing? Why would you leave your child at daycare to go pick up the other children? Talking about a late fee. Now, how about child protective services? Because you knew that your child had to be picked up. So instead of you want to go pick him up before you go and pick up the other children, you left them there. And I guess you're going to try to use this in court to try to make it seem like he stopped you from being able to go get AJ. No, you stopped yourself because he would have proof that you sat on live for 3 hours instead of you want to go pick up your kids. You chose to sit up here and entertain the internet, not even trying to find no type of way to go pick up your kids, even if it had to be a Uber or a Lyft. You should have went to go pick up your kids. You know exactly what time and what days you have to go pick them up. So if your car was acting up, how come you didn't see to it that you fixed your car? You talked about how you messaged him 3 weeks ago in August about how you were going to come pick up your kids in September. That makes absolutely no sense, especially when you were supposed to have your kids for the whole entire summer. But you chose to have a hot girl summer. You chose to go to Florida, not because you wanted to better yourself and go to school. There was never any school. And I hope that you're able to prove that that you were doing it, even though it wouldn't even matter anyway, because they're going to tell you, like I said, why did you go all the way to Florida when you know you can't stay there? So that made no sense for you to go all the way to Florida, knowing that you have to reside in Texas. If you were going to go to school to better yourself, ma'am, you should have been enrolled into a school here. And if you need some proper daycare assistance, then you need to apply for some. That's what they're going to tell you. They're gonna not going to be like, oh, she went to Florida to better herself, to better her situation for her kids. They're not going to look at it like that. They're going to look at it like you're not abiding by the court rules that's set before you, and there's time to take action, and you need to face whatever it is that you need to face and need to have to deal with it, because you seem to keep going about this like a little girl instead of a grown woman. Dealing with court. This is court. This is court. AJ was picked up at damn near 7 o'clock. I'm surprised. It wouldn't be surprised if they didn't call Child Protective Services on her. In Oklahoma, they do not play. If you do not communicate your situation with them as to why you're going to be late, and no one should ever be that late. If you have people that are able to pick up your child, then you should make those arrangements. She does not have that, and she cannot use that as an excuse. If you know that you're the only transportation for your child and you're the only pickup for that child, you would not make a decision to go pick up other children before you go get that child that you know you're supposed to be going to go get. And not only that, you wouldn't leave the children that you're supposed to be picking up from school there. They would have been picked up on time to where people wouldn't have been looking to see why they weren't picked up. See, that don't look bad on him. It looks bad on you for not doing what you're supposed to do in regards to um, handling your situation with your kids. You know, um, it makes absolutely no sense that a grown man will come off of here talking about somebody tearing down a grown woman that got on her line about being homeless with 2 kids, being pregnant, and getting a child sucked up out of her, um, because she decided not to use contraceptives. So if you call that tearing somebody down, then I guess if somebody needs to sit you down and let you know what tearing down somebody is, because somebody coming to the internet disclosing their um, personal private affairs to public people that are strangers, we have every right to speak up on it. And if anybody feels some type of way and this is not the stream for you, you should stage exit left. Make sure you hit the like button and subscribe button as well on your way out the door. Okay. We're not going to do this today. I don't know what y'all own, but what I'm on is not what y'all own. So go somewhere else with it. If you need to find you another stream where people are not being teared down, and you need to go find you when there's millions, billions of people that could be live right at the same moment that I am. So go find you one, okay, and do that. But anyways, back to what I was talking about. We're gonna keep it where I was talking about. How you doing, Mr. Perry? Um, but yeah, we don't indulge in people sitting up there scamming people for monetary gain, and then hopping online talking about how a man is going to be moving into their house and how they gonna be getting cracked and how they gonna get their back blown out. But they were just sitting off in a hot ass car with their 2 toddlers talking about how they were homeless. Meanwhile, they had a whole place back in Texas fully furnished, waiting for them to arrive. Yeah, we don't do things like that. Mm-mm. No, we don't sit off in cars and play pretend to be homeless and things with children that don't know what's going on, confused as hell as to what's going on. And you have a grown 35-year-old woman that likes to play games with herself and her children. Okay. With her children. She likes to play games. There are a little pawn in her little game that she likes to play. So without her having those little pawns, Christian, Robin, and Ryan, AJ, and Kailani, she's nothing. You know, that's her storyline. That's her claim to fame, and it's really sad. How you doing, sweetheart? Sugar Pop. Make sure you hit the like button and make sure you subscribe as you enter in the door. Okay, that's what you do. All right. But anyways, back to what I was talking about. We got all of these lovely people that are entering to the chat. Make sure y'all hit the like button and the subscribe button, okay? Make sure you don't forget that part. No, some people don't deserve kids, Mr. Perry, and I'm glad that you're a man and you understand the situation here at hand. I think some people just see a ass and titties over there, and they just be, I don't know. But what I see over there is a piss poor mother that likes to make excuses for not being one, and then when she's called out for not being one, she likes to talk about how people are trying to tear her down as a mother when she tears her down daily, tears herself down daily as a mom because she doesn't want to be one, and she laid on her back to have them. Okay. You don't lay on your back to have children you don't want to take care of. You don't lay on your back to have revenge babies to try to up another woman. You don't do things like that. How you doing, Janae? Welcome to the chat, sweetheart. You just don't do things like that. You want to do better and don't be bitter. She's very bitter and bothered, battered and bruising and broken. Okay? She's all of those things. Crash out. How you crashing out about not being able to see your kids when you said fuck them for the whole summer, ma'am? How does that work? Huh? That works out for you? Oh, he just won't let me see my kids. See, this is going to be documentation that you chose when you wanted to see your children, that you chose to sit on live for 3 hours when you were supposed to be going to go pick them up and AJ up as well, but you chose to sit up there and entertain your audience instead of getting up off your ass to go get your kids, all of them. Excuses. You cannot make excuses when it comes to your children when you have courts in place. See, you acting as if like there's no courts involved. Oh yeah, there's courts involved. There's a judge for you. Okay. There's a judge that you're going to have to see on the 30th, and that judge is not going to be Gerard, and Gerard is not going to do anything to help you in your favor. You were stuck like Chuck. See, when you let him fuck, that's when you messed up. You shouldn't let him come over there and do anything to you, but you chose to. So now you're looking stupid because now he holds all the cards even more and can play his hand whenever he feels like it because you chose to let him come and screw you. You should be mad at yourself for making piss poor decisions with your pussy. Then maybe you wouldn't be in the situation that you are in to where the point to where you feel like you have to hop online and document something that's not going to help you in the first place, because there are court orders in place for you, ma'am, and you choose to not abide by them. You choose to follow your own set of rules. You have a drop off spot where you wanted him to pick a drop off pickup spot where you wanted him to come instead of the designated spot. He does not want to meet you in those areas. Antonisha's not going for it. So you have to meet at the appointed designated spot area where you're supposed to meet at. If you choose to not meet at those spots because you just don't want to, then that's your problem, not theirs. And if they decide to not allow you, if Gerard decides to not allow you to get those children, then that's solely his decision because you should have gotten them when you had the chance to get them. If they had to make arrangements in preparation, they had to make arrangements due to your negligence, then hey, they can make the decision and say, you know what, you're not going to get them this weekend. For you to sit here and say that you have the same amount of custody as Gerard, but yet you have to get on here and tell us that you don't, that makes no sense. If you had the same type of custody as your baby's father did, then you wouldn't be on here fighting about how you're not able to see your children. You would actually be taking him back to court to let them know that he's in contempt of court and that he's not allowing you to do what he needs that you need to do. It's not that he's not allowing you to, it's that you're picking and choosing when you want to. That's the difference. It's not that he's not allowing you to, you're picking and choosing, and you can't pick and choose on a court order. When there's something placed for you to do, you do those things. That's how you get those things done. She had kids with the wrong dude. That's on her. Now the kids are being involved. Very terrible for those kids. And even if you aren't together, you are still a team in this. You're supposed to be Mr. Perry, but when you have somebody that's immature like Olivia, she's thinking more of the lines of herself and pleasuring herself versus being a mother to her children and co-parenting with their father so that they can have a very good life, a life that's meaningful, a life knowing that they have what's up, true to the core, a life that they know that they're going to have each other when it comes to these kids and be able to co-parent with them being so small. That's important regardless of whether you are with your person that you had kids with or not. You still have to be mature enough to know that y'all have to come together and take care of kids with one another. Y'all have to be mature enough to know that. And if you're not mature enough to know that and you still thinking about yourself versus how you should be thinking about your kids, then it's gonna be impossible. Nobody's thinking about no kids in this situation. People are thinking about getting nuts and wet asses. That's what they're thinking about getting. And that's what has been gotten is wet asses. What's up, Meta? That's exactly what's been going on here. When you have your mind in the wrong place and not in the right place, like being able to be a mother to your children, being able to see them and being a part of their lives and not having to worry about nobody snatch and rip them away from you. The only way that can happen is only based upon you. The only way that those kids were snatched away from Olivia is because of decisions that she chose to make or not make. It doesn't have anything to do with Gerard. Yeah, he presented it to the courts, but once it's presented to the courts, it's the court's decision. It's their final decision to make in regards to the situation. Since the adults can be mature enough to handle it on their own, they have to involve a third party. So that's where the third party comes in. And when the third party comes in, that means that you and that person alone no longer able to make certain decisions with each other or whatever. If y'all able to come to something and it's agreeable and y'all able to work it out, then fine. Okay, I don't think the judge would have nothing wrong with, he wouldn't see anything wrong with that. But if it's anything other than, then there will be a problem. Like you've been not following the court orders. Olivia's stuck on, hey, how you doing, free your mind? How you doing, sweetheart? Olivia's stuck on herself. Okay. She's stuck on herself in this whole Gerard situation and how it ended and who he's with. Any woman will feel some type of way about a man leaving her for the woman that he cheated on her with. I understand that. But I also understand that it's not nothing that you can do about that. You can be mad about it. You can fuss and fight about it, but you cannot change that man's mind or that man's decision or his choice. You cannot. So with that being said, you have to put your big girl panties on that are big. Yeah, you have to put them on the size that fit you, not the small ones that's squeezing life out of you, that's causing you to have brain problems. The ones that actually fit you, and you have to say, okay, I know this is not the best situation, but this situation involves my children. So I have to move a certain way. I can't move the way that I normally move because if I move this way, that this could possibly potentially impact my children. Thinking about their mind, thinking about how you sit up there talking about how Gerard was coming over there while they were there. That's really sick. So he was really stepping up over there while the kids were there, or when he would drop the kids off to you, or you would come pick the kids up, he'll follow you back, or whatever. However it happened, it don't really matter. The details don't even matter. The point of it all is that him coming over there while the kids is there. It's just all kind of weird. Just like it just it's like, you know what? You set yourself up to be right back in the situation you was 5 years ago with this man. If you ever was trying to get over him, you're not going to get over him. Wasn't trying to get over him in the first place because all you want is him in the first place. That's why you took it up on yourself to sleep with him. And now that it's not working in your favors, it's not working in your favor. It didn't bring what you thought it was going to bring. Now you sit there talking about how he's keeping the kids away from you, and you're using that as to, oh well, since we're not sleeping around anymore, or since I done told his wife about us sleeping around, now he won't let me see my kids. No, that's not what that is. No, 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 no. The real victims are the children. She don't think so. She thinks she's the one, the victim, because Gerard doesn't want her anymore. I wouldn't care. And Robin didn't like that at all. Exactly. Why would she like it? Especially if she knows that he's going to be going back home, smiling all off in Antonicia's face. But meanwhile, while you're dropping this off with our mama, you all up in her face. Kids know they can date. They're not stupid. And some kids know right from wrong and will call their parent out on that. Now, let's just say Robin gets mad one day and decides she wants to air her daddy out to Antonisha about how he was over there at her mama's house, all up in her mama's face. Then what? That involves kids off in adult situations where they don't belong. And these adults that are supposed to be governing these children are not doing any better. Because why is kids being subjected to cheating? Wise children knowing about their father just because that's something. I don't know if he thought that, oh well, they're not gonna think nothing of it because I'm their mama and that's their mom and I'm their. No, they should think a lot of things of it because you have to remember y'all were in the house with each other for almost 8 years for 8 years with each other. Those kids was born and at a certain age before they got taken. So of course they're gonna see what it is. What's up, Caramel? Of course they're gonna see what it is. And I don't blame Robin for getting upset about the situation. Why wouldn't she get upset? This man is over here smiling up in my mama's face. I know the type of stuff they be saying about my mama when I'm not around her, but now all of a sudden he's all up in my mama's face now. You know, a man will sit up there and say all kind of bad things about his baby mom and all types of shit or whatever the case may be. Meanwhile, he's screwing her or having side conversations with her or whatever, because he shouldn't have that type of animosity or aggression towards a woman that's just the mother of his children if he have no dealings with her. You understand what I'm saying? So now that the spot has been blown up, now the cards have always been in his hands. Even when he slept with her, they were still in his hands because she didn't get nothing out of the situation. She didn't get nothing lowered or taken away from her or off of her. No, that's why she's going back to court on the 30th. But to try to sit there and try to use this as an excuse and think it's going to hold up in court. Oh, the reason why he won't allow me to see my kids is because we were sleeping around with each other. And oh, we were sleeping around with each other. And now that we're not sleeping around with each other anymore, now he's telling me I can't see my kids. But you were singing that same song before that. You were saying the same thing before that, but then you'll get on her and say, we have the same custody. Y'all couldn't have the same custody. Y'all couldn't have the same custody over the children if you having to keep fighting for your rights online. You making shit up. Oh, they just stay with him. But I can do everything that he does. I can go change the kids' school. Well, how come you didn't change the kids' school if you could change it? You can't change their school. You don't have the authority to change their school, even though you're their mother. What's up, Miss Alice? You don't have the parental. Girl, listen here. If you could change anything with those kids, you would have been did it by now. You can't. Just like you can't leave Texas to go to Florida to try and start a new life, to try to better your life for your kids that are off in Texas. You can't. Okay? It's no such thing. Stop getting these little things out of your get these things out of your head. Okay. You chose to voluntarily lay down with a man that got you on child support. That was your choice. That was the decision that you made. You're not going to divorce court. You're going to family court that involves your children, not involving you sleeping with their father. It involves you think that you're going to go off in there and they're going to reduce or take away from your child support because you decided to get a wet ass from the man that put you on there. I don't think so. If that was the case, then a lot of women go put their baby daddies on child support and still be screwing them and get pregnant by them again. I'm just saying, if they could just take them off of child support, then a lot of men would be off of child support. You're not coming off of child support. You owe for not one, not two, but three children. And you need to get over it. Like, seriously, you left that boy at school. And you want to talk about a late fee? You was upset about a late fee. You should have been upset if they would have called Child Protective Service. In the way that she just abruptly ended the live, I don't know if somebody was calling her or if she just wanted somebody to believe that she just so distraught and she just so sad. She looking all crazy while she's driving the car. I don't even think the bitch had on a seatbelt or nothing. Kalani sitting behind her. She talking about how the car's cutting off and stopping. I think she was doing that shit herself, trying to make up some shit. Because whatever location she wanted him. How is it that you can meet him at a certain location, but you can't drive all the way up to the school? If your car is not operable, that means that you shouldn't be driving it on the road. Period. Not even a short distance, because you can cause a bad wreck, cause a really bad accident with other vehicles because yours is not operable. So if your car is not operable, you need to get off the road. That means you don't need to be behind the wheel of it, because if you lose control of that wheel and end up illing some people and your ass end up surviving, you going to jail. You going to prison because you're operating an operable vehicle that's supposed to be parked. At least that's what you're telling. Any car that's stopping on you while you're driving is a car that don't need to be driven, especially with children. What's wrong with you? And then you driving all fast in the car that you saying that's stopping on you. How does that work? Oh my God, you guys, look at my car. Oh, it just keeps stopping and keeps stopping. So you think that that's going to be another thing that you're going to be able to say off in court? She's really trying her very best before this 30th to try to conjure up any and everything that she can try to use to help her. That's why she's coming on live talking about what she's documented. And then not only that, you being childish. Why would you be calling that man through that app while you sitting on live? So you think that that's going to show up in court too? You think that they're going to be okay with that? When you document, it's not for public documentation. That means that the public don't have to be a part of it, meaning that if you are placing a call in that app, that means that we don't need to be live with you while you're placing a call in that app trying to retrieve your children. That means that if you're going to document something, that you call and you document it on your own behalf privately, not publicly, because then it's trying to make it seem like what you're trying to push, the narrative that you're trying to push by trying to get him to answer while you're on live. And then you kept calling and kept calling and kept calling and kept calling, trying to make it seem as if, oh, he's keeping my kids. No, he's not keeping anybody away from you. If he's at work, how do you expect him to bring some kids to you? And if you had one job and you failed at that job, then that's your problem, not his. He's not supposed to leave work to make sure that you get those kids. If those kids were supposed to be picked up at school and you didn't pick them up, you wouldn't have been coming to go get them. You wouldn't have been getting them. And ain't nobody alienating you away from your kids. You don't found that new word. Nobody's alienating you from your children. If anybody's alienating you from your kids, it's you, because of decisions that you choose to make. That's why. That's why. The hate in your heart won't allow you to be the hate in your heart won't allow you to grow up. You want to be a little kid. So therefore, this is a result of being a child instead of a grown ass woman. It's always you bitches that be running around here that be missing kids. Don't have all your kids with you. Kids just missing in the wind. And go off and have more kids with other men, like those kids is not nothing. And then you want to pick and choose like they just some type of toy that you can pick up and put down when you feel like it. There's no difference from a deadbeat ass man that's picking and choosing when he want to call or take care of his kids. That's you. Nobody is alienating you from anybody. If it's anybody doing that, what's up, BB? Hi, Vaughn. If it's anybody alienating you from your children, it's you. You don't want the responsibility of them. That's why you sit up there and said, I don't want them. Like, if only he would just allow me to get them 50-50. Like, if he would just allow me to come and stay with me half of the time, then he wouldn't have to worry about back child support. If you cannot support them while they're out the house, then how can you support them while they're in the house? Explain. How are you going to come up with all of this money that you say that you don't have to take care of them if he was to allow that? And they're not going to allow that due to the fact that you don't feel like it's important. You said she gonna sit there and say during COVID, the reason why they wasn't in school because it was COVID. Well, if it was during COVID, then they already had those things set in place to where the children weren't going to school at the time that they weren't supposed to be going to school. Now, if you just picked and choose for them not to go to school because it was COVID, then your dumb ass, like I'm saying, when a person don't finish school and don't know nothing about school and they think they could just do whatever they want to do with their own kids' schooling, not even care about them. For a person to sit there and say they don't think that certain things is important with their kids is enrolled in, like pre-K, kindergarten, first or second grade. Robin was just 8 years old. She was just a baby. This bitch called Kalani an infant last night. She called Kalani an infant. Since she's an infant, oh, I'm not leaving my baby with anybody. I'm not getting a job. Well, bitch, be homeless then. Pay your own bills. Get your own fund yourself with that GoFundMe then, since it's like that. Because what you mean you ain't going to go get no fucking job, but you want her begging for somebody to pay for your attorney fees, talking about what you cannot do. Well, what if these people cannot send you no money come the 30th and your ass be stuck like Chuck? Because really and truly, you're not trying to save up for no attorney. You're trying to save up some money to pay on that child support. You think somebody's stupid? Because you would have been done say, you would have been done put up a GoFundMe. You would have been done put up a GoFundMe for your attorney if that was the case. She's not mentioning why CPS did an investigation into her hypocrite. How you doing, How you doing, sweetheart, Andy? That shit is crazy. That shit don't make no damn sense. How is she going to explain to court that she was just homeless? She ain't gonna be able to explain to him. What she gonna tell him is that it was nothing but a skit. That's what she's gonna tell him. She's gonna tell him that it was a skit and that she was just on here entertaining her audience, and that she was just on here doing this and she was just on here doing that, and that it was just all for entertainment purposes is what she's going to tell them. That's how she's going to play it. She's going to play it like that. She's going to play like she was on her entertaining her audience, that it was all a skit, and that it was this and it was that and all that type of shit. That's what she's going to say. Mm-hmm. Mm-mm-mm. That's sad. Makes no damn sense. How is she going to explain to, okay, I read that one. Wholeheartedly agree. Straight facts is the hate and bitterness in the dark heart makes her stay away from her children. Yeah, because she's not in it, because she's not in there with Gerard. Yeah. But she said the reason why she wasn't taking those kids to school was because of COVID. Um, and that's why they weren't in school. That's why they weren't going. And she doesn't care what nobody have to say about it. That's why the kids were taken. Duh. Because you didn't care. You didn't care enough for your kids. That's why they got taken from you. I mean, I don't understand that shit. That shit is crazy as hell. Find you something productive to do with yourself. Like, go get a job. Stop talking about what you can't go do, especially when you have back child support backed up on you, and you trying to get these people to give you money for a GoFundMe talking about attorney. No, she's trying to get y'all to pay a good amount of money for her child support that she has not paid. Oh, well, I have this amount right here. If you guys would just work with me. That's what she's trying to do. She ain't trying to obtain no attorney. Because like I said, if that's what she was trying to do, she would have did that a long time ago. That's something that she would have had set in place for herself a long time ago if it had anything to do with an attorney. In regards to her getting her children back, that would have been set in place. But now all of a sudden she wants to do that, and then wants to get on her and talk about how a man is going to be coming over there, and how people need to mind their business, and she could be whatever she want to be, however she want to be, when she want to be it. And I was just thinking to myself like, the shit is crazy. So you scam people for money before you solely came back to Texas. Like I said, that little short that she uploaded up with her and AJ aboarding a plane and leaving, that's when she went to Florida. Okay. That's not when she came back from Texas, or when she was leaving Florida to come back to Texas. That's when she was going to Florida. Because we would have to ask, how did she get her car back? Remember, she was driving in her car. So how would her car get all the way to Florida? You think somebody's going to pay to get that car transported to Florida for her to have transportation there? Olivia's been back in Texas for a while now, a long while now. I mean, a very long while. Nobody ever questioned how all of a sudden she just got AJ off into daycare when he was going. But she didn't have the means to pay for it, so who was paying for it? And then not only that, people are going to be paying for AJ to go to daycare, but not paying for them not to be homeless while she's in Florida. Don't make any sense. See, she thinks that the things that she does lines up, and she got a little ducks in a row. No, you don't. You ain't crossed no T's, and you ain't dotted no I's, honey. You have not. Everything that you have gotten on here to do, you done incriminated yourself in the worstest way. You should have kept your ass off of the internet. Coming over here looking deranged and crazy while you driving to go pick up those kids because you and your feelings talking about how come he didn't come to the drop off location or the pickup location. No, follow the court order. And since you're not doing that, when you go to court, it's gonna be a problem. Those excuses that you have for the internet, it's not gonna hold up in court with the judge. Get off of this internet shit and step into your real reality of real life. Then maybe, just maybe, just maybe, you'll figure it out if you get yourself together. I don't know where all of these weird ass people is coming from, but thank you for giving me a view. I appreciate it. But y'all coming here all off topic. Let me give me a PSA while we're here. If you are up in my bushes, and if you ain't on what I'm talking about, keep your ass up in the bushes. Don't come off into my comments talking about nothing that I'm not talking about. I don't time out, I block. Okay? All right. So just make sure when you drop down, if you ain't on what I'm talking on, then don't drop down in here, because you're going to get blocked. We don't put grown people in timeout. We put grown people on a block list where all the other blockers are at, okay? Where all the other haters are at, where all the other people need to be at. Make sure you hit the like button and the subscription button while you're here. since y'all keep dropping down off topic, okay? Make sure you be on that topic and hit the like button or even the down button. Engaging is always good, whichever way you decide you want to display it, okay? Thank you. But just know you're going to get blocked if you drop down off topic, okay? We're on here talking about something totally different. Y'all come here talking about some other shit that I'm not even talking about, that I'm not touching on or anything of a sort, okay? Go take a run, a jog, or go walk or something. Go read a book. Now, anyways, let's see what Janae said. Mixed daughter here. My dad's raised me no matter what him and my mom had going on. I'm most appreciative. Let's see, because I don't have that blocked, girl. Appreciative he raised me. So I see. Hold on, girl. Let me move that. Girl. So I see no wrong in Gerard raising those kids. Girl, there's not nothing wrong with a man raising his kids. If it's not nothing wrong with a mother raising her kids, why would it be wrong for a father to? A father has just as much rights as the mother do. It's just that he may have to exercise them or whatever the case may be if he feels like he's yeah, we're staying on topic, honey. We ain't finna travel off of that. How you doing, sweetheart? Welcome to the chat, sweetheart. You know, they like to do that when they don't have nothing better to do. But yes, we're going to stay on topic. Thank you very kindly. All my content reactors are the her top bullshitters, as are the viewers. Girl, you know what? True to the course, she missed her pickup time. It was Thursday, not Friday, but she wants sympathy. I know it was Thursday, Miss Dick Thighs. So how she gonna come calling on Friday when her pickup time was Thursday, and she think that somebody's supposed to bend to her will and do what she wants to? Because in her mind, she really does feel like that just because she's the mother, that there are certain rules that shouldn't apply to her, that she should just be able to do whatever she wants to do when she wants to do it. She has that entitled behavior. But she would carry that title if she would have never lost those kids to her husband, her ex-husband, baby's father. I mean, I don't understand it, you know, like for real, for real. What in the freak, you know, like get it together, girl. I don't have no understanding. Thursday, was she drunk or something? She probably was on live. Let's play a game, more than likely. She probably was on live just like she was on live for 3 hours yesterday while she was supposed to be picking up kids and shit. Well, she was supposed to be picking up AJ, not necessarily the kids robbing them, but because she's supposed to be picking them up Thursday, but she come calling Friday around the time they supposed to be getting out of school and shit, all on live for 3 hours, and then all of a sudden she wants to play like she wants to talk to them and kept harassing the damn app that they supposed to be talking about or whatever. I mean, talking through or whatever. She kept blowing that up, kept blowing that up, kept blowing it up, and she talking about he kept declining it. Like, girl, nobody's playing these little childish ass games with you. You're 35 years old. You gonna have to go look at the description. I know you know how YouTube work. Don't come here asking dumbass questions. But anyways, oh, I see him off in here, honey. You see a Greg off in here? Oh, okay. Okay. What Greg talking about? Nothing. You know, sometimes you just have to overlook people, honey. Greg probably somebody that don't get no pussy, honey. And he probably looking for something off in here, but we ain't got nothing for you, honey. We ain't selling none, and we ain't got nothing for you, buddy. Go jerk. Okay, now let's see what you talking about. Azure Sky. We're gonna put you off in the sky until you go look at the description on the channel. Okay, let me just block you. Get you up out of here. Y'all keep coming in here and keep getting blocked. All right, let's do it. I got him up out of here, Miss Thick Thighs, honey. He talking about queens, but probably want to be one. You know, you gotta watch these undercover brothers, honey. They be really wanting to be a woman so bad to where they just have to come in here and just show themselves as the bitches that they really should have been. But anyways, back to what we were talking about. Okay, because we don't want to get off topic here. That's what we don't want to do. But yeah, it was her talking about he left my kids at school. Bitch, no, you left those kids at school. Yes, she did. Trying to see what she's trying to do is she's trying to make him look like a bad person, but really and truly she's making herself look like one. That's all she's really doing. She's making herself look bad. It's not that she's making him look bad because she's the one not doing what she's supposed to do when it comes to her kids. She's the one alienating her. She's the one alienating herself from her children when she decides when she wants to pick them up and put them down like they're trash. So no, he's not taking them kids away from her. She's taking herself away from them. That's it. you know. She has to understand that nobody works on Olivia's time. No, you have a time that you have to abide by, and if you choose not to do that, then that's when you lose your chance of being whatever it is that you need to be. Nobody told her to lose those damn kids. She lost them though. And she don't care about losing them. She don't care about those kids. It's been fuck those kids since she lost them 5 years ago. That's why Kalani and AJ was born. Nobody's gonna go off and go have other children while they done already lost three of them, unless something wrong with them, or unless they just want to write those kids off that they done had like they just don't matter. Some people don't mind other people taking care of their kids when they're not in their custody. They just go on with their married lives with their other kids they have with other dudes and shit. Like those other kids just does not exist. I mean, we having a shitload of kids here, there, and everywhere by Tom, Harry, Jim, Jack, you name it. But want to say that she's a good mom? How is she a good mom with kids missing? How is she a good mom with not even trying to go get the kids that are missing? How is she a good mom when those kids don't even see her ass every year? Like those two kids that she got in her custody for the moment. Huh? She left him at school, Vesna. I hope I'm saying your name right, baby. She left them at school. They don't play that shit here in Oklahoma. Your kids is gonna be in child protective services if you don't come get those damn kids on time. And if you a little bit late, of course they're gonna call and see what the problem is, and you could tell them, hey, I'm gonna be a certain amount of late. But honey, if she had to drive an hour to where she was going to go get those kids, then that means it would have took her an hour and so some change to go get the pick up AJ. Man, like I said, all of this is her line, and she's thinking by her doing all of this stuff is going to help her in court. She's thinking by her being on live, calling the app, is documenting him not letting her see the kids. She's thinking by her doing all of this weird ass shit that it's going to work out in her favor, like her recording herself looking deranged and strange, going to go pick up those kids. Girl, do you not know that they can use that against your ass in court? The way you was riding in that car, the way that you was looking and shit, all deranged and crazy, talking about you want to go pick up some kids, and then in the process of you want to go pick up those kids, you're picking them up in a vehicle that's not supposed to be moving because you're saying that it cuts off while you're driving. That's dangerous. The car might cut off while I'm on the highway. I said, well, dumb bitch, why you got your ass on there then? Because why would you take a car that stops while you're driving on the highway, Olivia? Make it make sense. You're trying to ill yourself and those kids or what? Because nobody that knows that a vehicle is stopping. Okay, okay, thank you, Vasna. I said your name right. Okay, I would think that a person that's riding a vehicle that's stopping and going wouldn't be in a vehicle that's stopping and going with their kids in there. Now, if you want to chance some shit by yourself in a vehicle that's not operable, then that's you. But to operate a vehicle with children off in it where it cuts off while you're driving, that's dangerous. That's neglectful on your part, just like it was neglectful for you to leave those kids at school on Thursday and not pick them up. Just like it was neglectful for you to call yesterday and thinking that somebody's supposed to bend to your will of what you want. Bitch, time waits for no man. Time waits for no man. Bitch, time waits for no man. Time waits for no man, not even you. So while you thinking that everybody's on Olivia's time, no, you're on their time. And when you decide that you don't want to abide by the rules that's in front of you, then this is what happens. They should be used against her, Vaughn. The way that she was on here yesterday, the way that she sat on live for 3 hours and then try to sit there and talk about how he's not allowing her to do something. Oh yeah, that most definitely needs to be used against her. Why come on here and incriminate yourself with shit if you don't want nobody to talk about it, bitch? I don't understand that. This is in the internet. I think people really have lost their minds about what the internet is. This is the internet. Like certain shit just don't make no sense to me. Stop coming on here with this type of shit and then think that somebody's supposed to be sympathetic. I'm not sympathetic towards anything towards a person that intentionally loses their kids on purpose. A person that's not trying to fight for their children at all, period, but wants sympathy and want to play victim. She's a narcissist. She don't like to take accountability. She's a coward. No matter how this happened, when this happened, or why this happened, the bottom line is this. As a grown ass woman with children that are not in your custody, No matter what the situation is between you and their father, or was between you and their father, it's no longer. Meaning that you and him are no longer whatever that y'all was before. Get it out of your head. Get it out of your head. Get it out of your head and push your kids in your head. If you get Gerard off your brain and put your kids on your brain, then maybe you'll move differently. But since you got Gerard's dick on your brain instead of your kids, then these are the results of what you're experiencing. Excuses is just what they are. Anybody can make an excuse, but there isn't any that should be made due to the fact that this has been going on for some time now. This is not nothing new for you. This is something that's been going on. These orders have been placed for you to follow. You choose not to. Just because you were fucking their daddy for 5 months in the beginning of the year, or whatever you want to say that y'all were doing, does not mean that things were going to drastically change. I don't know how you thought that things were going to drastically change knowing that he has a whole woman at home. That's not going to leave him. Evidently, she's still there. And you're still over there screaming, I'm not able to see my children. But had the whole summer to have them and chose not to get them. You made a choice. So now that you're making a choice to see them and things are not working the way that you feel like they should, now you want to play the victim and you want to get on here and cry. And people are saying that you will never know how to feel until you were in that situation. I wouldn't be in that situation to lose my kids, first of all. I wouldn't be in a situation to lose my children, first of all. So you're right. I won't know how that feels. I won't have to know nothing about it because I don't have any intentions on losing my kids. I don't have any intentions of somebody being able to come and snatch my kids away from me. So no, I won't never know how that feel, and I would never be in her situation when it comes to that. I can honestly say never in that because I'll never put myself in that situation because I know that I am the only one that can get my children taken away from me. So that's why I can really sit up here and say that confidently with my chest and say that they're not going nowhere. Olivia don't have in her mind that she's the reason why those kids were taken away. She have in her mind that Gerard took them away. That's not what happened. He cannot just take kids away from you. Nobody can. The only person that gets your kids taken from you is you. Is you. The only way that can actually happen and take place by a judge is if they have solid evidence against you. Other than that, you can sue their asses for taking your kids away from you for nothing. And they know that. That's why there's protocol in place. There's things that they have to follow in order to do certain things. They just can't come take kids from people for nothing. They take kids for something. Because if that was the case, a lot of the times that a lot of these mommies got CPS called on, they were just taking kids. Then why do they still have theirs? Answer the question. Why would they still have theirs if Child Protective Services just be snatching kids from people for no reason? They have to have solid evidence in order to prove that you are unfit, or that the better fit is for the children to remain somewhere else where they have stability at and security at. You couldn't provide those things, therefore they felt like the father could. That's why they're over there. You cannot say that you have the same type of custody as the father, but yet you're fighting for your rights on the internet. That makes absolutely no sense. And then for you to sit up here on live and then talk about how the judges are doing you, do you really think that things are going to work? Do you think that things are going to work in her favor when she gets on here and talks about how the judges actually screwed her and took her kids away from her for no reason? Like she has a vendetta even towards the court system against the judge that sees over their case or whatever the case may be. Do you think that any of this is going to work out in her favor? I don't think so. What's up, Sandy 1212? Leaving those kids don't look good in court at all. And it's not going to look good in court when they see that. And she said that he intentionally did it on purpose. No, you intentionally did what you did on purpose when you knew that your pickup time was Thursday and you failed to follow through on that. But then you come calling Friday around the same time you're supposed to be getting the kids, and then trying to make it seem like he's alienating you. Oh, he's not picking up the phone. He won't answer. He's not responding. See, this is the type of shit that I have to deal with. This is what I have to continue to keep going through. I don't understand how come he just won't let me see my kids. All I want to do is just see my kids. Well, if you just wanted to see your kids, then how come you didn't get them for the summer? Huh? Why you didn't get them from the summer? Miss me with that I try to go better myself shit, because you can't go better yourself in somewhere where you can't reside. You cannot go better yourself somewhere where you're not supposed to be residing at. You're supposed to reside in the state of Texas, not Florida. What's up, funny as hell? So you cannot come on here talking about how you are in the court, talking about how you went somewhere to better yourself. They're going to tell you just what I'm telling you. If you wanted to better yourself, if you're trying to get some money to better yourself, then you should have been trying to find somewhere in Texas. You should have been trying to find some daycare for Kalani so that you're able to do that. I understand you may not have family members here, but there's assistance available for single moms. Yeah, that you could take advantage of. How come you haven't did that? And they will know that you're well aware of those things too. So what are we doing here? You cannot go before in the court thinking that you're going to put on some type of wig and shit. Like, this is not YouTube. This is the court we're talking about. Texas court we're talking about. You cannot just go in there and glitz and glamour and think that things is going to work in your favor. That's not how shit works. You have to go in there, present your case, and present yourself. And seeing that you don't have the means to obtain no attorney, honey, the 30th is going to come here faster than what you think, bitch. We're already on the 6th of September, and it was just Labor Day. You see how fast it's going for you? Oh, yeah, and I got a lie for Jasmine, honey, but we ain't going to cross and double dutch in this one right here, though. We not. I got a lie for her that I could do later on today, set up strictly just for Jasmine, because, honey, what is we doing over there? You got some nerve to get on her and be trying to talk about this. She tried and kept trying to get people to elaborate on this situation with her, with Olivia, but she had failed to come on here and let people know that she needed another deposit for the apartment that she had just moved off into, which makes no fucking sense to me. But we're gonna cross that. We're gonna cross that here later on in a different stream. We most definitely will. I wonder why she didn't want to see him on Mother's Day. Wanted to see who on Mother's Day? You can't make this shit up in a logic mind only. I'm trying to tell you. Hey, Miss Barbara, the court should fix it where Olivia has to pick the children up from school and return them back to school. That way, that's the way it's supposed to be, Miss Barbara. That's exactly the way it's supposed to be. She's supposed to pick them up on Thursday from school. And then she's supposed to take them Monday to school. And then Gerard and them picks them up after school. That's the way the drop off and the pickup is supposed to be. But Olivia, in her mind, her drop off and picked up is what she wants it to be, not what it's supposed to be. So then when it's not what she wants it to be, then that's when she says that he's alienating. He's trying to take me away from my kids. He's alienating me from my kids. I can't call my kids. I can't talk to my kids. I can't be with my kids. My kids that you don't give a fuck about. Those kids will only be around Olivia to give her benefits. That's all she sees them as. That's it. So if you only see your kids as benefits and things like that, then you're not going to see them as anything other than that. That's what you're going to see them as such, is that. Olivia sees her kids as pawns in her little game, especially when it comes to Gerard. Like, when it comes to Gerard, that's really how she feels. These kids to her is just to play games, be able to have content, be able to have something to talk about. She's talking about that she wants Robin to be in the court. So then Robin can tell people how she really feels and who she really wants to stay with and who she don't want to stay with and all that type of shit, or whatever the case may be. Girl, they still not going to, it doesn't matter if Robin even does say that. It's still going to be for the best interest of the child, and you're not the best interest for the child. You were just on here playing like you were homeless. So what you going to tell them about that? The same thing you told your audience, or are you going to tell them that it was for entertainment purposes, like you told them that Zolo was a co-worker? So keep lying and committing perjury off in court is something that you shouldn't want to keep doing, because that's a crime within itself, especially going in there under oath, lying. might want to think, but you might want to think before you speak when you go off into their court this time, because I think this time they're not going to be playing with you, and whatever evidence or whatever it is that he's done presented to them or whatever to call you to come in on the 30th. Yeah, you sure did all of a sudden. Oh, I'm back in Texas so quickly when you got that document, huh? That was so funny, wasn't it? She's just a sad ass case is what she is. Then trying to make up excuses as to why she's a piss poor mother. And then those women that's over there that's going along with her talking about how he's this and how he's that, but they're not seeing what her actions are. So when y'all know that she already have these things where she's supposed to do and she's not doing them, how are y'all gonna sit there and talk about what he's doing to her? He's not doing nothing to her. She's doing all of these things to herself, and y'all see her doing it, but still call him out for it, like she's not 35 years old, like she don't know already know what it is and what it isn't when it comes to the pickup and drop offs. This has been going on for 5 years. This ain't just started. So it's not like she's not aware, and nobody cares about her car breaking down because she don't care about her car breaking down. She never went to go get it fixed. Now, did she? If she cared about her car breaking down, then she would have went and got it fixed when she was on her scam and talking about she was homeless. Hey, Mary, when she was on her scam and talking about that she was homeless, she should have been getting some money to get her car fixed, and then she have to worry about it stopping on her and going and stopping and going and stopping. Like, come on now. Shit don't even make no sense. Livv was on live all day yesterday, but was a day late. She was. She was on live for the whole time that she was supposed to be going to go get those kids. What's up, Virgo? The whole time that she was supposed to be going to get those kids, she was on live. The whole time that she was supposed to go get AJ, she was on live. So, and you recorded yourself in real time. So you're gonna leave those lives up for the 30th? So are you really gonna present those things off in court? Because if you do, you stupid. You're gonna record yourself. You're gonna give them the live that you did sitting in your house. The times that you were supposed to be getting up to go somewhere. You're gonna show them that. You're gonna show them how deranged you were driving off in that car without no seatbelt on. To going to go pick up kids that you say that you were in a vehicle that's not operable. You think that that's going to stand up in court too? So they're going to really be looking at you upside your head. So you went to go pick them up in a dangerous vehicle that was stopping and going while you were driving. She's thinking that, oh, well, they're going to look at this and be like, oh, at least she tried to, even though the car was stopping on her, she was still trying her best to go pick them up, but didn't try her best to go pick them up when she was supposed to have them for the summertime, though. She just basically didn't even tell nobody what she was doing, didn't tell nobody she was leaving. She just upped and left. And then, oh, I'm in Florida, you guys. The reason why she did that is because they probably had something planned for the summer. And since she don't never have nothing planned for the summer because she don't have no friend or no man, no friends or no men like that. The only men that she have are the ones that come and screw her and leave her ass or whatever the case may be. And the friends that she did have, like Misha, she stole her bag and talked all bad about her when that was the only real friend that she probably really had in a corner. But you know how Olivia is. If she's not the center of attention and everything is not about her, she's going to make any and everything about her. Not about the kids, about her, period. So she said, no, I'm not going to let them go on their little vacation. I'm about to go on a vacation. And that's what you did. It wasn't for no school or nothing like that. It was because she wanted to spite them, not allowing them to join themselves on the summertime because she don't have nobody to take her out on vacations and things like that. So it was a bitter move. That's what that was. The bitter baby mama move. Yeah. You know how some men won't get their kids from you unless, because they're afraid that you might be going out to go find somebody to talk to or entertain somebody. So that, oh, no, I'm not getting you. That's her. No, I'm not getting them so you can go to the club and go shake your ass. That's her. No, I'm not going to get them so they can go on vacation. They can take them with them. I'm going out of town this year. Y'all remember the time he stole my tax money? How he stole your tax money? Those are his kids. There's no such thing. There's no such thing. And if you would have filed them and he filed them at the same time, y'all would have got audited. So what are we doing? What are we doing? You say all of these things that he's doing to you that are that could be crimes. That could be something that could help you in court, but yet you be lying. So therefore, you only tell the internet. You don't tell the courts what you tell us because you know you be lying, right? Yeah, you be lying. Yeah, that's what that is. Nobody stole no tax money from you. You didn't deserve the tax money. You didn't have the children. So what the fuck you need the tax money for? Um, the same thing with you in this calling when you want to call. Call when you want to call and you ain't gonna get answered. Okay, keep playing those games. None of the stuff that you're doing is going to stand up in court. You're wasting your time. Keep documenting it for absolutely nothing. It's not going to help you. Um, you're going to be in for a rude awakening when you step off into that courtroom on the 30th. I think it's a new ball game that's set in place, a new set of rules because you done did what you did as far as with Gerard. It's not going to stand up in court. The only person that can feel some type of way about you fucking Gerard is Antonisha. That's her husband, okay? Family court is not the same as divorce court or no type of things like that. Y'all are not going on Jerry Springer. This is not Murray, okay? This is the real Texas court systems that got your ass by the pussy hairs, okay, when it pertains to those kids. You made the decision to be, you made a decision. Hold on, y'all. You made a decision to exit out of, you made a decision to leave your children where you left them. You made it. Oh yeah, let me take that off because I know how people like to play. That's why they're coming off in here. Yeah, let me just leave that off of there. Um, that stuff is really crazy. You know, you got to get it together. First, she said that Gerard told her yesterday that she couldn't pick up the kids because she missed her scheduled time. Then the next sentence claims she's ignoring her. What she be saying, y'all. She don't remember what she be saying. She need to stay off of that shit that she be on. What about screaming and yelling? She's saying she's going to jail today. Oh yeah, she did. She said, you know what, bro? Guess what? Guess what, bro? They keep fucking playing with me, bro. Yeah, like today, I'm gonna go to jail today. Oh yeah, this gonna stand up in court for Gerard, not for her. Like you can't be on live talking about you gonna be going to jail. What are you going to jail for? Exactly. You know, what exactly are you going to jail for? What are you going to do? You ain't going to do nothing, honey. You ain't been to jail yet. So I'm just trying to figure it out. You know, y'all make sure y'all hit that subscription button while y'all coming off in here, honey. Just because you don't see the zappers, honey, I'm a sniper with all of myself. Keep it coming. I can't wait to get off of here to see how many people I done added to my block list. It's such overjoying. I need some new people up there. We got some rainbows up there. Girl, look at you. You just look a hot ass mess. But anyways, we're not gonna even go there with you. We're gonna leave you going on. I put you, we need some rainbows up in the sky. So I put you up in the sky, Kathy, so you can give them some rainbows, honey. You look like you could be Marilyn Manson's sister. You really do. Mm-hmm. All we need to do is just put some makeup on you, honey, and you good to go. You trying to give us a concert up in here or something? Look at you. Just look at you. Don't she look like she could be Marilyn Manson? Yeah, double something, honey. Hey, God rest his souls or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Maybe when he does a biopic, you could play him. I think you'll be great. But anyways, back to what I was talking about. We see the people coming off in here and they're getting sniped up out this joint. But honey, I'm telling you, she can most definitely play his double. I mean, she got it going on. Look at her. Boy, just when you thought that you couldn't, you could. Yeah. Boy, man, we got us a new, hey, I think I done found a new, if y'all looking for the new Marilyn Manson double, or you need somebody to play him, honey, I think we had somebody into the chat, baby. She came up in here with the rainbows flaming, honey. Ain't nothing wrong with you having a rainbow. It's okay. But you're going to have the rainbows in the clouds with the people up there. We need some rain, okay? But the next time you come up here with these rainbows, honey, trying to be funny, because I don't know what's funny about that. But anyways, but then again, yeah. Anyways, Kathy, you have a blessed day, sweetheart. Back to what I was talking about, because y'all play too much. She didn't even have time to go to Gerard's house because she had to pick up. Oh, so you think that she turned around, Miss Barbara? I think that would have been the since she had already abandoned the Webb kids. I think that it was very important for her to turn back around and go get AJ because see, if she didn't go get AJ, they were gonna call Child Protective Services on that girl, man. And I was just thinking to myself, when you just don't know that you digging digger ditches for yourself, you digging a deeper ditch. Yeah, y'all know I ain't playing. I ain't lying. I thought we was gonna have a concert up in this joint. She come up here with these rainbows trying to be funny. Girl, don't come in here being funny because I'm gonna be funny right back with you, honey. I'm gonna make you taste the rainbows like Skittles, honey. You're gonna taste the rainbow. We're gonna be some Skittles up in here. Okay. We're gonna leave Marilyn right there. Next time you come in as Marilyn Manson and not Kathy Hall, because you should be ashamed of yourself, ma'am. Yeah. Yeah, you know we don't get no we don't have no guitars or nothing. We don't have no background singers, but honey, we got Marilyn Manson up in this joint. Okay. What he be singing, girl? Come with it. Let's do it. I think the entire thing was a skit. Olivia's sick. She is very sick. As far as the homeless thing goes, of course that was a skit. That was a whole lie, a whole scam. She was frauding people out of their money and shit. The same thing. Oh yeah, check this out, y'all. I'm gonna have to come on live earlier, later on today, because that GoFundMe, honey. Do y'all see who's on that GoFundMe? Who's those people? Hey Gigi, who was those people that's on that GoFundMe? Who was them? Who was them? I wouldn't advise y'all. That GoFundMe is not even a homegirl's name. That GoFundMe is in somebody else's name. Who was them people? It's a Jennifer and what's the other person's name that's holding this GoFundMe for Olivia? Olivia made sure that the GoFundMe is not in her name, y'all. It's under somebody else's name. See, that's just all a scam within itself. She has it under somebody by the name of Jennifer. Let me see. Jennifer something, y'all. Jennifer, what baby? It's Jennifer something. I gotta look on there. I don't know if it was Smiley or what. But yeah. It's like Jennifer. Let's see. Let me see. All right, because I'm on my phone, y'all. So hold on, let me see something. Let me see. I think it's Jennifer and somebody else's name on there. Oh no, sure she is. All right, I think it's under this one. Let me look under here and see what the names are for y'all. All right, let's go to the GoFundMe. All right, so the Jennifer person is gone. Now it's Natalie Simmons. Who is Natalie? It says Natalie Simmons from Arlington, Texas, organizer. Contact her. Why would they be contacting Natalie and it's your GoFundMe? A mother's plea. A mother's plea, fight for fair custody, a mother's plea. And the person's name on it is Natalie Simmons, y'all. That's crazy. Mm-hmm. It had a Jen on there, and then the Jen is off of there. It has Natalie Simmons now, y'all. Whoever that is. Who is Natalie? I wouldn't be giving Natalie or nobody no money of mine at all, period. Jen is her subby. Oh, okay, fake names were used. Yeah, that's exactly why I know she's over there scamming. That girl trying to get some money. She's trying to get people to pay that amount, whatever amount that they probably want her to pay, or she's probably at least trying to come with some type of money. So that's why she said she's got that GoFundMe. It's not for no attorney. It's more for her to be able to it's not for an attorney, it's more for her to be able to obtain money, so then that way she don't go to the court empty handed with no money at all. That's what the GoFundMe is for. It's not for her to obtain no type of attorney at all, period. It's not for that. It's not for her to try to fight for her rights or for her to fight for what she feels like she's been going through. No, it's all because she's trying to get enough money to have before court so she can have something to present in court. Hold on, y'all. What's up, Simonia? And I'm watching my too, even though I told y'all to hold on. Can we report it? Yeah, it's a way that you can go over there and do that if that's what you choose to do. Yep, you sure can. People been doing it already. Mm-hmm. She took Jen off. Yeah, Jen is not on there no more. It says Natalie Simmons. Yeah. It says Natalie Simmons. Jennifer is not no longer on that GoFundMe. She probably told her to take her off, but I wouldn't want my name to be tied to nothing like that, especially if you scamming. Take my name off of that shit. If you scamming, that's probably why Jen's name is not on there no more, because she feels like she's scamming. She knows she's lying. Or not only that, just listen to what she's been saying. I don't care. I could be whatever I want to be. If I want to be homeless, if I want to be this, if I want to be that, then I can. But guess what I am going to be? I'm going to get my back cracked. My nigga's going to come over here and he's going to fuck me so good. So maybe that's probably why Jennifer says, you know what, bitch, listen here. Then I guess whoever come to crack your back and help you with this motherfucking GoFundMe then, bitch. How about that? So far she got 155 raised. And the only person that's on here now is Natalie. That's it. Nobody else but Natalie. It was Jennifer too, but she's not on here no more. Just Natalie Simmons, the organizer, Arlington, Texas, and her contact. Uh, I guess you have to leave her a message or whatever. So I guess by her having it to somebody else's name, so when she obtained the money, she won't have to really say what it was for, or she could say, "Oh, I didn't create that GoFundMe account. Somebody else did." That's what that is. That's why she has it in somebody else's name. Yep. She have it in somebody else's name because she don't want it to be accounted for under hers. So therefore she'll say, I didn't create the GoFundMe account. One of my subscribers did. So that's how she's taking herself out of the equation by doing that type of weird ass shit, is by doing that. Jen can lose her nursing license over Olivia. Well, I'm glad that she decided to not lose her license over Olivia because that's how she makes her living. And Olivia don't make a living, let her tell it. Hold on, y'all. Y'all keep talking. I'm looking, but hold on. I got I got kicked out, but I'm back now, y'all. Okay, let's see. Well, Natalie Simmons might be mad when she got to pay taxes on that. The love of money is one step to set. I know that's right, honey. Let's see. Jen be bringing Liv fit. What? Also, she live in the same state with Olivia, and that explains why Olivia be over there zooted and booted, and honey. She need to be zooted and booted come the 30th because they're not gonna be playing with her. I think this time is her wake up call. All of those little excuses that she been bringing to the court, they not finna let her bring that no more. That shit is over with. Like I said, the first time they probably was leaning on her, probably try to give her a little chance or whatever, try to work with her. But now it's a pattern, and it's not gonna stop. She's not gonna stop doing it. And then not only that, she's incriminating herself by coming on live doing things that she shouldn't be doing when she's supposed to be doing things. That's another thing that's going to work against her. So all the stuff that Olivia feeling like she's got to one up Gerard, she don't have anything to one up him. Nobody cares about her sleeping with him, and that's what she really has in her mind, that that's what's going to save her on the 30th. No, it's not. It's not going to save her at all, period. Y'all made a conscious decision in regards to that. No judge is going to look at that situation and say, well, since y'all are sleeping with each other, then I'm going to reduce your child support, or I'm going to take your child support away from you. I don't know what fairy tale land that she lives in, but that's not the case here. Because if that was the case, like I said, it would be a lot of these men that done been put on child support from their baby's mamas or whatever the case may be. If that was the case, when the bitch decided she want to double back and sleep with him, then he could take her ass to court and be like, well, you know what? Well, while she got me on child support, she sure be over here sucking my dick. Like, come on now. Are you serious? You think that that's how that works? Because if that was the case, it would be a lot of men off of child support, vice versa. If that's just how that works. That's not how that works, and it's not going to work out for you. You made a conscious decision. You have to live, and you have to live with the decision that you chose to make for yourself. Nobody told you to entertain that man. You chose to entertain that man, and however you chose to entertain him is on you. If you chose to lay down with him and him give you a wet ass, then that's on you. You have to live with that. Whatever you had in your mind thinking that you can give him some twat was going to change the situation between you and your kids was beyond me. So you want us to believe that you really slept with him because you thought that it was going to give you more time with your kids, but it backfired and it caused you to not have no time with them. But I guess if she did finally go pick them up, then she's going to come live. She has to throw it off in our face. I got my kids. Good. It's not the fact that don't nobody want you to get your kids, Olivia. At least I'm gonna speak for myself. No, you need to get your shit together, get your mind right so that you can get your kids. Because you are not in the right mind space, especially when you got on her deranged, driving crazy in a car that's not operable, that's cutting off on you while driving, to the point to where you could end up illing yourself and your children. I would never have my kids in that certain situation, honey. We will be walking before we drive in a car that can end up killing us or somebody around us because I can lose control over the wheel or over the brakes or the whatever. That's crazy. Nobody's gonna do that but Olivia. Olivia stood up there on live like she's really, oh, I'm really trying to get to my kids. You should have tried to get to them like that when you were supposed to get them for the summer. I think that would have mattered the most. But now that they're back off into school, now you want to play these little games. She'll be a childish ass bitch and be, if her responsibility was to get them off to school on Monday, guess what? They're going to be late every time that she takes them back to school on that Monday. They're going to have bad attendance on every time that she has to take them back. They will not make it on time. My thing of it is that if you already know your situation with them, then you should have made preparations a long time ago. If the car was messing up, it should have been in shop 2 months ago. Instead of you going to Florida, you should have been trying to find a way to get the car in shop to get it fixed. I don't understand how come you're going to be rolling around here knowing that you have things that you need to take care of, but yet you all the way in Florida playing games, talking about you homeless with 2 kids off in a car and all of this shit. The whole entire time when she was saying that she was homeless off in that car, she was in Texas, y'all. She was never in Florida. The bitch was in Texas the whole time. The whole time she was in that truck, she was in Texas. She was not in Florida. The whole time that she was sitting out there, the whole time that she was in Publix, she was in Texas. Then all of a sudden she wants to board that short like she's moving, like they leaving from Florida to Texas. No, that's when they went to Florida. She had been in Texas this whole goddamn time. The whole skits that were done about her being homeless, what she was in Texas the whole time. She had not been in Florida. So when people were asking, where's her sister? Where's her mom? Where's AJ? AJ was in a daycare center he has been going to in Texas the whole time. That's where he was at. When Olivia came out, I don't know if y'all remember a while back, Olivia was outside exercising and shit. She was in Texas then. So all of the skits and the homeless shit that she was doing was all done in Texas. It wasn't until she received that documentation to where she tried to make it seem like she just arrived in Texas. Now the bitch had been there the whole time. Even with the roommate situation, that shit was done in Texas the whole time. Not in Florida, Texas. That's how she was able to be in her car. Y'all don't see, she was in her car, y'all. How would she be in her car in Florida? How? Unless she drove her car to Florida, that's the only way that her car would be there, correct? No, she didn't drive to Florida. She took a plane to Florida. So when she was sitting in her car with them kids, she was in Texas the whole time. She was in Texas the whole time. Virgo. She was there the whole damn time. How would she get a car to Florida, Virgo? Did she drive? No. She showed us them being on the plane. So that would imply that her car wasn't in Florida, right? We are used to Olivia moving in U-Hauls in her cars from Florida to Texas. We have not ever witnessed her leaving on a plane. Not one time. Not one time. We seen her aboard that short. It was a short. She wasn't live. She could have went and staged herself being at a damn airport just like she went and was sitting off in Publix. But people found the roommate's address, and it was the roommate address off in Florida. Cause how I'm thinking, just think what I'm telling y'all. How would her car be in Florida if she was homeless in Florida? How was her car there? I know what y'all talking about, the whole roommate stuff. When all that roommate stuff was going on, I'm gonna be completely honest with y'all. I can't argue with y'all against the roommate stuff because I wasn't there for all of that roommate shit that she was speaking about, because I know Olivia was full of shit. So y'all would have to enlighten me on that part. Listen to what I'm saying to y'all. How would Olivia's car be in Florida? How? Hey, Pressel, how would her car be in Florida, y'all? Wouldn't that mean that she would have to drive her car down there for it to be there? Because how the fuck would it have been there if she took a plane? If she took a plane to Florida, how did her car get there? They got it shipped there? Really? For what? Who would have her car? Do y'all not know that it costs money to ship the car there? She took a picture of on a plane. Oh, okay, let's play a game. I thought it was a short. I seen a short that she uploaded with little man AJ on there, and he's looking out the window on the plane. Just go to her. Let's play a game. Go over there to her shorts. If you go over there to her shorts, there's a short that she uploaded, and AJ is on a plane and he's looking out the window. So I took it up on myself to believe that that's when they flew to Florida. She uploaded this short when she's supposed to be flying back to Texas, and that's when she uploaded this short. The roommate was to throw people off. It never made sense. Exactly. That's what I felt. When Olivia moved, she always secured a house. This time when she went to Florida, she didn't secure a house. That's unusual. It's like $800 to ship a car. Ain't no way. Exactly, Mr. Perry. So that's what I'm telling y'all. The whole time that Olivia was playing homeless, she was in a car. So nobody shipped Olivia's car. Remember, Olivia's playing the role of not having no money, right? Olivia's not making no money. She don't get paid. Everybody's paying for her to stay somewhere. Everybody's paying for her and the kids, correct? So who the fuck would pay for that truck to be transported to Florida for her to be having transportation in Florida if it was there? Who paid for it? This is a person that was just playing homeless with 2 kids off in her car. How did the truck make it to Florida? Stella paid $2K. How do we know that Stella paid $2K to ship it? So if that is what's being said, so you mean to tell me that Stella paid $2K to ship her car to Florida, but she was homeless in the car with them? That don't make no damn sense. Nah, I ain't going with that one. Nah, that don't make no sense at all. Hell no. So she paid $2K for the car to be shipped just for Olivia to be homeless in it? Exactly. And why would she ship a car that's not drivable, that's stopping on her every now and again? Oh, okay. So she wouldn't be able to drive the car to Florida, correct? Because the car is not operable due to it stopping off, going for it, stopping and going, stopping and going. So that would make sense why she's not able to drive the car, because it's not operable enough to make it that far. If it's not operable enough to make it to the school to pick the kids up, it damn sure ain't operable enough to go way to a whole nother fucking state. So the question would be, who would ship a car for $2K that don't even drive correctly? Her mama would really be stupid if she did that shit. I can't go along with that narrative because I don't know for that narrative to be true. And if it is true, for her to ship a car for $2K just for her daughter to be homeless in it, make absolutely no fucking sense to me. None. So, okay, since we want to play that game then. All right, so since the $2K was shipped for her car to go back, then how the hell did it get it back? Who paid for it to get back this time? Who paid for it to get back this time when she got to Texas? Who paid for it? Huh? Who paid for it? So if the car was shipped for $2K, who paid for the $2K for it to be shipped back? The car don't work, right? Who's paying for that shit? I'll say this is my story and I'm gonna stick with it. Everybody's entitled to their own opinions. You know, we agree to disagree. Nobody has to be wrong. You don't have to argue with it or nothing. Just state your piece and stick with it. I'm gonna stand on what I'm saying. Homegirl was in Texas in that car. Homegirl was playing like she was homeless, Texas in that car the whole time. She was in Texas in that car the whole entire time. As far as roommates and all of this shit go, like I said, I wasn't around for that shit. That shit didn't make no fucking sense. And all of a sudden, just one night she's in her apartment that she's in, Yeah. Let's just say that her roommate shit that person was in the house with her. all of that. Oh, they doxed the person, all of that. I haven't even seen that person's information. I haven't even been looking for it because it's irrelevant to me. I don't give a fuck about that other person's information at all. It makes me no difference. The bottom line would be is that Olivia's dumbass was in that car. The whole time in Texas. The whole fucking time in Texas, she was in that car playing homeless. That's why when the document came up and she posted it, all of a sudden she was back in Texas because you want to know why? She was there the whole fucking time to begin with in that car. That's how come it was easy for her ass to be there. Exactly. So people shipping a broke down car for 2K? I don't fucking think so. No. I think that's a bunch of bogus ass bullshit right there. Shipping a car for 4K and your car is still raggedy and you're fighting for your life to get to go pick up your kids. Nah. No. Homegirl's ass was right there the whole time. The whole time. It now makes more perfect sense. That bitch was in there. I'm about to go back on her videos. I sure am. Uh-huh. You know, when she started doing stuff in the corner, you know, by the white wall and shit like that. Yeah, I'm gonna find out when exactly homegirl left Florida because she wasn't there that long as people think that she was. That bitch was not in Florida that long. I don't give a damn who say that they got outside resources in this because it's so funny how people say that they have all of these outside resources to be able to debunk Olivia, but they won't bring their asses to their own platforms to speak their own fucking mind. I find that hard to believe too, that people have all of these outside resources that they claim that they have, but yet if people are willing to spill beans to people, strangers, how come they wouldn't come to their own shit like Instagram and speak their own fucking mind and say what they need to say? I would be Antoinisha, you'd be a goddamn fool for your husband to be fishing out information to people or a certain individual, but they won't come and speak their own piece on their own platform themselves to the point to where they could be giving information to a person that could be detrimental to their case because they're bringing it to their platform to disclose it for their audience. What's up, Mia J? What's up, Tina? Do you think that that's possible? How come he won't bring his ass on Instagram? Huh? Huh? But fishing out information to people? I don't think nobody will want to mess up their case, especially if they know they have one and they'll win. Why would they need some outsiders to express anything that they can express themselves? And why will Antonisha allow that? Hmm? Do you remember when she was at the mall and had an ice rink that was Countryside Mall? Now, if I knew a countryside, where's Countryside Mall at, sweetheart? Because, you know, I'm an Oklahoman. I'm not a Texan. So, sweetheart, if that's where is that at? Is that in Florida or is it at Texas? Which one? Because, see, all I seen was Olivia stuffing her face in the mall. That's all I seen Olivia do. Y'all have to listen to what I'm saying to y'all. Listen to what I'm saying. How did Olivia get AJ off in daycare so fast in Florida for no money? Huh? Huh? What resources did she have off in Florida to where the resources could, if she had any type of resources in Florida that could have paid for AJ to go to daycare, how come no same resources couldn't be for Kalani? Oh, I forgot because she said, I don't allow my kids to go to daycare unless they're two and they're able to speak and tell me what's going on with them. So I don't allow my kids to go to daycare until that time. So no, I'm not going to go to get a job, but you motherfuckers better go ahead and pay for my GoFundMe so that I can get an attorney. And yes, my man is going to over here and crack my ass. Yes, I'm going to get my back blown out. But yeah, please, if you don't mind, please donate to my GoFundMe. Bitch, what the fuck you think this is? Huh? The fuck you think this is, ho? Huh? Because that's what you basically saying, bitch. That's what the fuck you saying, ho. You said that you were homeless, bitch. You were homeless when and where? You think the course is going to be listening to that? So if you could be homeless with those two kids, you think they're going to allow you to be homeless with five? No, ma'am. No, ma'am. Where's some people at? They need to come. They need to come. I mean, I'm just saying, you know. Where all of these devilish people come from? Oh, Lord Jesus Christ, I rebuke this person in the name of Jesus, okay? I rebuke you in the name of Jesus. I rebuke all of you demons that came into my chat in the name of Jesus, okay? No weapon formed against the straight facts unmatched experience shall prosper, okay? It shall backfire, reverse, and return unto you and yours. So all of y'all little demonic spirits and things hopping off in my chat, I rebuke y'all and I'm throwing holy water and hot grease and acid on y'all asses. Okay, get out of my chat. All right, get them up out of here. What's up, Nikki? What's cracking? What's going on? But yeah, I'm rebuking all of those demons and those devils that's coming off in here. Hey, gnarly, I'm doing good. I'm rebuking these demons in here. They keep coming down. I keep feeling demonic spirits all around in my energy. Then I have to clip them up out of here. They're thinking just because they don't see y'all in blue that there's not a blue troop up in this joint. Yeah, I'm sniping from the clouds, bitch. Come on down. But anyways, I rebuke you in the name of Jesus. In the name of Jesus, amen. We're going to leave it there. All right. Now back to what I was talking about, Olivia. Olivia, I am going to go back on your videos, ma'am, because see, you're not a good liar and you're not a good storyteller, okay? You're a habitual liar. Okay, ma'am, you did all of this and you staged all of these events because you thought by you doing this, because I had in my mind, I said, you know what, this back child support stuff is going to eventually catch up with Olivia, and Olivia's not going to have no choice but to pay the piper. Her back is going to be so far up against the wall, she's going to be inside the motherfucker. And I knew that for you. But see, you didn't know that for yourself because in your mind, you are really reality of social media. Social media is running everything in your mind at this point. So anything and everything attached to you, you think that it's social media based. You think that you being who you are or whoever you think you are is going to save you. You thought those same things when you went off into court and they decided to give primary custody to Gerard and not you. You thought those same things. These are the same conversations that I would have in regards to you until that shit went down. Now here we are come September 30th. You thinking that you're gonna go off in there and you're gonna walk away scot-free and nothing's gonna happen to you. That they're gonna let you be, they're gonna let you keep continuing with this keep same pattern and you not get better. You know, no, I don't. I have to go back, baby, and look at that. You know, you get on her telling all of these lies and not forgetting what the hell you saying. Now, I knew that you couldn't leave Texas. I know that you have to reside right where you at. So when you made that excuse of going to Florida, like I said, that right there is gonna get you because you basically gonna let them know I went totally against your court orders of me being in Texas and I went to Florida to try to go to school. So that's number one. No, fuck that. That's not number one. Number one was when you decided that you were not going to go get your kids for the summer when you were supposed to get your kids for the summer. That's where you fucked up the first time. Then when you proceeded to leave where you're supposed to be residing at because it's court ordered for you to be there, you went to Florida to try to say that you went to school to better yourself and for your children's sake. Just for you to turn around and all of a sudden end up magically off in this roommates. When y'all ever known for Olivia to be rooming with somebody and shit like that over the years that she's been on this internet? Never. So why would she have to start now? Not only that, why would Olivia have to room with a motherfucker when she don't have to room with a motherfucker because she got a whole place back in Texas? Explain. Why would she have to do that? Huh? Not only that, why would Olivia put somebody off in harm's way just for just a split second, knowing that she's not going to be able to stay because she knows she has to go back to Texas? Explain. Explain this. Explain it. Why would she do that? Why did Olivia go live the night before, right there in that fucking apartment? You mean to tell me that all of a sudden that night was just the last straw? That none of this stuff was going on while the roommate was supposedly being in the house with her the whole entire time? That one night, just all of a sudden the roommate say, hey, you gonna get your shit and get the fuck up out of here, bitch. You gotta go. Without no warning or nothing. She done paid this woman rent. Olivia didn't say shit nothing about no rent being paid or nothing. And y'all believe that shit was real? That it was true? Hey, a lot of people say they find this and they find that. And I'm gonna say, you know what? I ain't looking for it. I ain't finna try to debunk it. I don't give a fuck enough about it for it, or whatever the case may be. I said what I said though, and I'm standing on what I said as far as anything pertaining to this tier situation or whatever, whatnot. Olivia is a liar, a liar, a liar. Olivia staged all of this shit up the way that she could, trying to make herself paint. She's basically trying to put herself in a light to where she's just so down on her luck that everybody's doing all of these things to her. The reason why she can't do this and she can't do that is because the internet. And this is what the judge is going to tell you, stupid ass. When you go forth and lie, like you stepped down and lied to us, this is what the court's going to tell your stupid ass. None of all of what you said just mattered. No, it doesn't matter to me. It does not matter to me at all. You have been knowing about this man for 5 years and you have yet to do anything to change your situation keeps remaining the same. So since we cannot get you to do what we're asking you to do, then now you have forced us to do what we have to do. That means that now things are going to get more stricter for you, yes, if they don't lock your ass up, because you're going to come with this sob ass excuse as to this, that, and the third. All of those stories that you're going in to tell is irrelevant to you not paying your child support. It does not matter. It does not come close. It does not have nothing to do with you not making a payment. So all of that is going to be irrelevant. You're just going to be unnecessarily, involuntarily. You're going to volunteer information that does not even need to be said because it's not going to help you. So you don't fucked yourself. I had already knew that they was going to be coming after you, that your time was going to be coming up real short. And you just felt like, oh, well, I have to stick and move and I have to do this and I have to do this. I have to show them that I'm trying to do this and I'm trying to do that. But you're just a little too late, JoJo. You're a little too late, baby. Okay? You should have thought about that shit a long time ago. You should have thought about that a long time ago when you made the conscious decision to be a piss poor mother and go live your life because you know you one of them. Mama got to have a life too. Yeah, mama should have had her life before she started having kids. Then she would have been able to do whatever she wanted to do, and she wouldn't have to worry about neglecting her kids because mama have to have a life too. When you have children, that means that your life evolves around them. Anything and everything that you do, it's about them. You don't make decisions based upon you being a single woman because you're not. You got kids. So anything that you do, when you decide to lay down and become a mother, then that's the road that you decide to take. Anything that you didn't do but before then, that's your problem. That's not your kid's problem. You're going to have to wait until you're able to do it again. Okay? So all of that, mama has to have life too. Mama can have a mama can have a life, but mama has to also understand that what she does in her life can affect and impact her kids, whether it be with a dude or whatever the case may be. Yeah, mama have to understand that too. Okay. Nobody's saying that your life have to be over and that you just have to be a mother and not be nothing else. But I'm saying that that's supposed to be what you're supposed to be when you take that role on. Yes. Mm-hmm. When you lay on your back, you open up your legs and you give birth to a whole nother human life, then that's when you make that conscious decision to be a mother. So whatever you didn't do that you wanted to do, that you desire to do, you just gonna have to put on the back burner until you're able to do those things. Because you should have thought about that before you decide to lay on your back, period. So there is no excuses. Just like there was no excuse for why she didn't go pick up her kids. She didn't go pick them up because she didn't want to. Trying to use your transportation as a reason why you're being a piss poor mother is sickening. Because there's Ubers, there's Lyfts, there's all types of shit that you can use if you need it. But you chose not to, and you chose to do what you wanted to do. If your car was so down bad and so broke down, nobody's shipping no broke down car nowhere, no here, nor there, not anywhere. It's just not happening. If anything, they should have been paying for it to be off into the shop. So then that way you wouldn't be operating a vehicle that's not operable and you will be able to get to your kids when you need to. So seeming that you don't have an operating vehicle, I don't think that it's very smart for Gerard to allow you to come get those kids, because that means that when come Monday, then you're going to come with a story that your car is not started. And then I'm not going to go to school. Yeah. Those are the type of games you like to play. Yeah. See, let's just say, for instance, she gets the kids, right? Remember, her car's not working right. She's telling us that, right? She's cutting off of the, first of all, homegirls making sure that the camera's not for we could see it. I seen her do that a number of times yesterday in that live, to where she just tries to block the camera. She got out and went into somewhere. I don't know where the fuck she went into. Let's just say plot twist that AJ was picked up. We just didn't see him get picked up, and she actually took him to somewhere to where he can be kept. And she lied and said that he was still at the daycare center. How will we know that he was there if he wasn't there? We wasn't there, right? So she could tell us anything that she wants to tell us. She could have picked that boy up and took that boy to Jennifer's house. She could have picked that boy up. Remember, she was telling y'all that she had somebody to keep Kalani. Oh, but Olivia also said yesterday, I don't have anybody here. I don't have anybody to help me. I don't have anybody to assist me. I don't have anybody. I don't have anybody. So when you were going to school, Olivia, when you was feeling like you was still in Florida, who had Kalani? Huh? It sure is funny that somebody was keeping Kailani while you were going to school, but nobody can keep Kailani while you're going to work. Follow me. Follow me now. Do you think that bitch is stupid enough to leave that boy at that school knowing that she already done got 3 kids snatched away from her? I say that somebody picked up AJ for Olivia. Was it Jennifer? Somebody already had him. Y'all couldn't honestly think that she left little AJ at daycare unannounced, and nobody picked that boy up. Y'all can't honestly think that now, right? Not knowing that she's already going through what she's going through with these other children now. I think that somebody probably picked up little AJ, or she picked up AJ and dropped him. See, Olivia, a lot of these women don't like people like me to get on here because when you say debunk, bitch, no, I'm just going to come out straight and call you out on the shit that you told as truth and show them that they were nothing but lies, bitch. Okay, because listen, homegirl was in Texas this whole goddamn time in that car. All of a sudden, oh, she got the means. Wasn't she just homeless just about a week ago? Oh, she got the means to get on a plane and go back to Texas, and voila, like bam, like magic. She just appeared like she never left. Ain't that what some people said? She was there like she never left. Because you want to know why? Because Olivia had been back in Texas for quite some time. Olivia was out there without Kalani. Don't y'all remember her being out there without Kalani while she was exercising one day while she was supposed to be off in Florida? And Kalani was not with her, and AJ wasn't either. Where was Kalani at? Where was Kalani at? She wasn't at school. She wasn't at school. Who was keeping Kalani? I'm going to bust you all the way out, ma'am. I'm not done with you yet, Olivia. See, here's the thing. See, you bitches are so obsessed with me. No, you're so obsessed with the fact that you like to be a bitter, battered, bruising, broken woman. And it shows. You're recording yourself. It's live. You went live twice yesterday showing how you were crashing the fuck out, all because of your own decisions that you made. Like, you are really blaming this man for the decisions that you chose to make on the behalf of your own children. You're saying that he's alienating you. No, you're alienating yourself. Anything that you're saying about Gerard doing to you, you're doing it all to yourself. And then you're playing victim and you're crying about it. That is dangerous. That is dangerous. That's dangerous. That's dangerous. You are a dangerous person, Olivia. And I'm going to pray for you, ma'am. You want to know why? I don't care about people not liking you. I understand that sometimes your mind, even if people feel like you don't deserve it, I'm not God, so I can't place you in heaven or hell. But what I'm going to say to you, your mind is under some type of spiritual attack. The way that you was looking yesterday, it looked like you was about to do some very deranged things yesterday. Not that I can't say what you're not capable of, because who's know? Something ain't too right with you in your brain cells, honey. You need some prayer. You need to go into the confession booth and go let the Lord know what all you don't lie, even though he already know that he already know. But I'm just saying, all of these things were staged up because Olivia said, you know what? I think they finna lock me up, so I better find out something quick and fast. Boom, boom, boom. Not getting the kids Florida bound. Oh, I'm going to school, you guys. I'm trying to better myself, you guys. Yeah. All of a sudden, boom, boom, boom. Oh, she ends up in a roommate with a roommate. How so fast? Where her sister and them go? I thought she was visiting them. All of a sudden, no contact with no Stella, no Raquel. How fucking sway. You want to know why they wasn't dropping down? Because the clown was in Texas the whole fucking time. That's why Miss Stella or nor her sister dropped down, because guess where Olivia was? Olivia was in Texas the whole time in her motherfucking apartment. She was just showing us just different parts of her apartment, like being in the corner by the wall and shit. Yeah. Uh-huh. Let's just say that she got a homegirl and she just actually took her ass over there. And she was, all of this was in Texas. I don't give a fuck where nobody found, when, where, how. All of this stuff was done in Texas. That's how come she was able to arrive in Texas so quick as she did, because she was already there this whole time. Clock that shit. You be clocking teen, clock that bitch. Okay? Let's clock the real tea. Let's clock the real tea that you have been in Texas this whole time, you lying ass heifer. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. There was time, and then not to mention, homie, let's talk about it. Checkout time here in Oklahoma, baby girl. About 11 a.m., 12, whatever, 11 a.m. Honey, your ass, I know you're an hour, at least Florida is an hour ahead from Oklahoma, Texas too, because we're on the same time, honey. We're sister cities. We're on the same time. So Florida's an hour ahead from both of our cities, honey. One time you had enough. Had these people supposed to pay for you a hotel room, honey. You was out of that hotel room before checkout time, on her, not begging for another room and board, but just on her popping and talking shit in the midst of getting lashes and fingernails done, getting your nails done and shit like that. Bitch, you was in Texas the whole time. The whole time. I'm homeless, you guys. That's why AJ said, I want to go home. I want to go home and eat some more spaghetti. Don't say that. Why you keep saying that, AJ? And oh, you guys, I just done got familiar with just saying I'm going home. That's why I keep saying I'm going home. But I don't really have a home. I'm homeless, bitch. So you got on here and showed your bare ass in Texas the whole fucking time. You was in Texas the whole time. That's why AJ was always in daycare. Now he's in preschool. When? Since when? You lying about that too? Because school started in August. So why is he just now starting now? She done uploaded a picture talking about his first day of pre-K. Really? Seriously, Olivia? So you mean to tell me, listen, follow me. How in the fuck is he just now going into school, y'all? Did y'all not see the, oh, look at him, it's his first day at school. So when did he go to school? When did she get in? When did she enroll him into school? All of this stuff that's been going on, Olivia had time to enroll that boy into school? Huh? Answer me. So how did she enroll AJ into school if she was in Florida this whole time? Explain. On the verge of losing her apartment. Remember, she's getting evicted. What happened to that? She ain't getting evicted no more? So Olivia never said anything about all of this stuff until she got where? Back where? In Texas. No, she was already in Texas. She said, oh, you guys, we worked something out. They gave me, it's been 2 months and they worked something out with me. But they told me if I didn't pay this amount that I was going to be put down, they was going to evict me. They locked me out of my apartment. First of all, can no apartment complex lock you up out your shit without taking the proper steps as far as eviction goes? That's the only way they can do that shit. And then once they lock your ass out, bitch, that means you're evicted off of that shit. They done took their unit back. It's no longer yours. And that means that your shit that's off in there is going to hit the curb. It's going to hit the trash can if you don't come pick it off the curb. That's what that means. Nobody's holding no unit that could be, that somebody else can be paying for somebody that's not paying for it. So that was another lie. That was another lie. That was another lie. That was another lie. I don't know what happens in y'all state, but in this state of Oklahoma, honey, you have 5 days before your rent. Before your rent is, you have 5 days. 5 fucking days. 5-day notice to quit, right? All right. You got 5 days to pay your rent. After the 5th, it's late. It's late, okay? So they'll start sending paperwork to your door. Listen. Your rent is late, blah, blah, blah. Here where I stay, after the third, your shit is late. You got $100 late fee, period. After the third, your shit is late. Not the fifth, the third. Some places some people have things different set in place. Some people say the fifth, mine is the third. After the third, you get charged $100 for the late fee, period. Okay. Now, you got a 5-day notice to quit. They'll send you these things and tell you, listen, you got 5 days, well, whatever, basically give you like 10 days. Then within that other 5, like 15 days, it's like a 15-day situation type shit right here. Okay. They give you the 5 days. After the 5 days, it's late. They start sending those notes out telling you what they finna do if you don't hurry up and make that payment and that late payment, right? Then if you don't make it within that 5 days, and they're going to proceed with what they're going to do, your ass is going to be on the docket by the 15th of the month. By the 15th of the month, your ass is going to be on the docket if you have not made that payment by the 15th. Hold on, let me see what y'all in here doing, honey. Oh Lord, honey, let me get. Oh, okay, I see. Don't y'all be arguing with these trolls, honey. Let me get them. Don't waste your time. When you come off of here to my chat, one thing I want to let y'all know is that don't mind these people. Let them say whatever it is that they want to say. Y'all have to understand these be coward ass people under fake ass accounts that don't even want to come at this themselves. If I was to drop the link, they won't even hit the link. So I don't want any of my audience that comes to support me. I don't want y'all to feel like I have to argue with any ignorant people off of my comment section. They can come here and say whatever they want to say because they're ignorant. You have to understand ignorance is bliss to some people. They like that shit. I'm not going to entertain it. I'm just going to block these stupid bitches, okay? They can say whatever they want to say about kids, say whatever is necessary, whatever rocks they boat, okay? Or whatever. Let them go. But don't argue with them. I got them. I'll snipe their asses about the chat, okay? They come to see me, all right? It's not the other way around. So just let them keep on being the clowns they are. The view is what I receive, nothing more or whatever. So I appreciate that. But we're gonna keep this ball rolling, okay? We're gonna keep it going. All right, that's what we're gonna keep on doing. That's what we're gonna keep on doing. All right. I am going to talk about Jasmine in my next live when I come live again. All right, this was going to be strictly for Olivia. When I get on here talking about too much, I stay too long. So this live was strictly for Olivia. I do plan to come back and do a live on Miss Jasmine by herself because she wants some type of attention. So we are going to give her the attention that she's looking for. Because for the life of me, I just don't understand certain things. But it's not for me to understand everything, especially when it pertains to somebody else. Okay, and that is what it is. But she most definitely will have a live coming up sometime later on today. Most definitely so. I will be coming live on camera to talk about Miss Bigfoot over there. All right. And that's just what the fuck's gonna happen. Okay. Oh, look at this person. Your name is Stonehead. Look at you. Oh my. That's crazy. Oh, if you want to see what I look like, sir, just go ahead and take you a picture. But anyways, you should put crackhead instead of stonehead. I think that's more soothing. Because what the hell is wrong? What the fuck is going on there? There's some very questionable characters that be coming off of here. I think y'all came from Livv's tribe. Some of y'all over there look like the hills have eyes anyway. Yeah, it's already accounted for, honey. We're not gonna worry about these people, okay? They can come. The thing of it is when they try to take you out and they can't, it's a problem. I have haters everywhere around the world. And it is what it is. But my haters are my biggest supporters, and I solely appreciate them for coming through here. All right, make sure you hit the like button. Okay, get your compadres, hit the like button. Why don't you stop bringing out weird asses over here without hitting the like button and hitting subscribe button? Pretty soon I'm gonna put this bitch on subscribe mode only. All right, and I'm gonna give you motherfuckers a week to have to be here so that I know that you are really here for me and you're not here to troll me. Because if you want to troll, all you gotta do is create your account and get the trolling, honey. Run me up, beam me up, Scotty. It's about that time that I go viral around this bitch. Because I got to make some non-believers, some believers around this motherfucker. You hear me? I got a lot of people that don't believe in your girl, honey. And I got to show them that, hey, I'm going to make you a believer. Okay? Nah, that's not a stonehead. It's like a crackhead. I'm just saying. We're just going to leave it. We're going to leave them up. Hey, if y'all need some up there, I done sent y'all somebody up there. I already sent Marilyn Manson up there, honey. She probably up there really, she probably read and all types of shit up there for y'all. But anyways, let's go. Olivia lied. Okay, we're going to stick to the topic about the liar Olivia. All right, we're not going to worry about anything else but the liar Olivia. Olivia, when you go to court, ma'am, you better have your best on. Okay, your best wig on, your best glasses on. Stella better have her scamming, trifling ass there too, because she's in with it on you with your ass as well. And don't think nothing's wrong with what you be doing because she doesn't like Gerard. So she's feeling like, oh, he's just a bad man. He's just a bad man that your daughter laid down and had 3 kids with. So get over it. Okay. He's such a bad man, but you have those chocolate grandbabies that he has in his custody, and your daughter doesn't have them. So who's really the bad one? Who's bad? I think it's your daughter. Yeah, I think you got it mixed up or something. Yeah, I think you got it mixed up. She's my stepdad is from Compton. Bitch, who gives a fuck? Okay, you're not. But anyways, let's just get this all together, Olivia. You might want to conjure up all your lies. You might want to remove some of your incriminating evidence that you got on your YouTube, because it's going to be used against you in the court of law, ma'am. You're driving, being deranged and manic, and you're talking about, I'm going to go to jail. I'm going to go to jail. I'm going to go to jail today. You was on there really talking, crashing the fuck out while driving with a toddler, a toddler, a toddler, a toddler, a toddler. She's not considered to be an infant. She's one, bitch. An infant would be that she's months. She's a year old. We gonna consider her to be a toddler, ma'am? A toddler. Fuck wrong with you? But she's an infant. No, I'm not gonna leave my infant daughter with nobody. You left Christian with Zolo. You let Kalani sleep in the bed with Boogie. You done had all kind of random dicks around your kids, Brandon. Oh, Joey. Joey. So you're trying to protect whose kids? Shit, not yours. Then you had the Zolo got a what kind of record? What he got? Huh? We protecting kids around here? I don't know what kids were being protected around here in your custody, honey, because they done been around a lot of men. So for you to say, oh, I don't want to send my child to daycare because I only send my kids to daycare when they're 2 years old, when they can talk. But Kalani's laying in the bed with Boogie and she can't talk. Clock that shit, bitch. Huh? How you got your daughter laying off in the bed with a man, but you protective over your children? How did you allow Christian to roll off with Zolo to go get a haircut, but you protecting children? But Zolo got a whole docket with an 8-year-old boy and something about some private parts, but you let your son Christian go to the damn Barbie. We protecting kids? Huh. Interesting. Are we only protecting kids when you want the kids to be protected? Because you ain't protecting nobody's kids, honey. Not with me laying up in the bed with Kalani. Not with a whole man. You telling a whole man to play like he's AJ's daddy. Remember that live? She was in the hotel room and it was a man there with her. She was like, pick your son up. Those videos, those lives that you did yesterday, you idiot, those are criminating videos. And I'm pretty sure that people that don't like your ass sent all the clips that they needed to send to your baby's father. They most definitely did. You know how these bitches get down on here. They most definitely clip what they needed to clip to send that shit. And guess what? You just as good as got it. Got a dirty. You dirty bitch. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I'll say the only person that you trying to protect is yourself. That's why you got that GoFundMe. Because, honey, I would have been there set up that GoFundMe a long time ago, like 5 years ago, if I love my kids so dearly. No, those kids is not what you want. They don't look nothing like you. They look like Gerard. That's why you don't want them. Tell the truth, shame the devil, honey. Tell the truth, shame the devil. Your mama too. Tell the truth, shame the devil. How you really feel about those grandkids that don't look like you or your daughter? Oh yeah, I'm gonna take it there, bitch. Oh, it don't seem like nobody give a fuck about those web kids on that little side of the block, huh? Ain't that why they still dangling over there? Why y'all sit there playing like y'all care so much about them and they all over there? Oh, they're getting alienated from. I can't see my grandkids. Gerard is such a bad man. And your daughter's a piss poor mother, thanks to you. Like, you want to keep going? Huh? Hmm. Your daughter dropped out of school. You was with it? Wasn't you the type of parents to take your daughter to go get tattoos and shit at an underage? You just signed off on it because she was a minor type shit. Let her get piercings and shit like that. Let her express herself. Look how expressing herself has gotten her. Huh? I'm a boss ass bitch that got 5 kids, but 3 are missing. And 2 are fatherless. Let's go, bitch. Who raised 2? Who raised 2? Who raised what? Who raised when? Huh? Just like that side of the rim don't like your ass, Olivia. I'm talking about your mama's side. They don't like your kids either. They're too dark. Ain't that what you said? Chris is going to get him a dark woman, whatever the fuck that is. You mean he's going to get him a black woman? You're no good for them. Your mind frame and all the thing that comes with it is just immature. You're an immature person. Until you grow up, you don't need to have your children. Not that I would want anybody's children to rip from them, but even if I wasn't in my right mind, I want my kids to be ripped from me on everything. They don't deserve that shit. They don't deserve that shit. They're innocent. They're innocent children. They don't deserve what they have to go through because adults are immature or childish. That adults can't seem to get their shit together, but they want to get on here and lie about shit. If anybody cared about those web kids wouldn't be hanging out in the wind by a fucking thin thread. If anybody cared about those web kids, like Olivia say, I care about my kids. I love my kids so much. Those kids wouldn't have been abandoned for the summer to go to Florida for as long as she went. And it wasn't for the whole entire summer. Just imagine your mama playing like she went to Florida and she was gone for the whole entire time, but her bitch ass was right there in Texas the whole fucking time, right where you were at. She was just refusing to come get you because she was too busy making skits up about her being homeless with your 2 younger siblings that you usually come over there and watch while she's on live when she's supposed to be in visitation with you. Yeah. Not to mention, your mother tried to replace you with other kids because in her mind, she felt like she wanted a light baby with blue eyes. She didn't get a light baby with blue eyes, but she showed to get 2 of them with some brown eyes in the nice hair that she wanted them to have. She said, oh, I comb my daughter's hair the way I want to comb my hair. You as a mother that does not have hair like theirs, it's important that you find out ways to comb their hair. It's important that you make them presentable. Even though their hair may not be like yours, the texture may be different. It's important that you do so. You'll be the type of mother to sit up there and slap some shit up on Robin's and Ryan's head, but Kalani's hair be curly and shiny and shit like that because her hair texture is different. You're the type of mother that if they all were off in the house with each other, they would damn sure feel the difference in the atmosphere when it comes to you because you are colorist. There's a lot of factors that play as if why you cannot and should not be a mother at this particular moment because the things that you have experienced, the things that you have gone through, all of that negative energy will spill out onto your kids. And that's sad. There's nothing wrong with your black, beautiful children. There's nothing wrong with your mixed black, beautiful children either. They all came from you. Hold on, y'all. Hold on, y'all. Yeah. All right, I'm back. So the truth hurts, and the truth is what it is. I'm not saying this to be mean. I'm saying this to be real because of what I have observed with this girl. She has problems. She has more major problems than what we think that she has or what she displayed, especially yesterday with her driving maniac off in that car that's not operable to go pick up children. That could have ended up very tragic, especially if that is what's going on. I would never be driving no car that'll cut off on me in mid drive. That's dangerous. You are risking your lives, your kids' lives, and everybody else's lives around you by operating that vehicle that needs to be parked. Somebody need to be getting your ass on that shit right there, because that thing needs to be parked if it's not operable. You do not need to be behind no wheel of no car that's cutting off mid when you're driving. You done lost your damn mind. Bitch, I'll be walking everywhere that I need to walk, running, skipping, hopping, jumping, catching an Uber, a Lyft, or whatever, bitch, because I sure wouldn't be in that car with my kids. No, I wouldn't. I wouldn't be chancing it to go nowhere in that car, not even up the street in that car if it's cutting off. That's crazy. Yeah, she cut off all her hair. I remember when she did that because she don't know how to comb it, or it was to try to make her feel some type of way because of Olivia's dangerous. She really is. And when I say that she's dangerous within the way that she thinks when it comes to certain things like her kids and stuff like that. She's willing to put them in crossfires. She's willing to put them in danger. She doesn't care about how she acts or how she operates, just as long as she gets whatever she gets out of it. That's all she care about it. She don't care about those kids. That's why she left for a little bit that she left, went to Florida, came back to Texas and tried to play like she was going through all of these things to try to use that off in court. She probably knew she was about to be end up going to court. That's what I'm telling y'all. Olivia probably knew that this was coming up. She was preparing herself for it, but the way that she's preparing herself for it, it has nothing but a lot of lies and bullshit in it. So it's gonna make the case work in Gerard's favor even more, because the lives that she did yesterday was incriminating. It's fuck. They were. She died. She don't have nobody to tell her nothing different, because everybody around her think that what she's doing is okay, and really do think that Gerard is a piece of shit for getting his kids. Like I said, he may not have been shit when it came to him being a husband, a boyfriend, a partner, those type of, he may not be shit when it comes to a woman, but when it comes to his kids, y'all cannot sit up here and say that that man wasn't there for his kids when he was in that fucking house with that girl. Y'all cannot say that Gerard wasn't getting up off his ass going to a damn job. Y'all cannot say that. Even though things may look a certain way, I can't sit up here and say let me backtrack. Let me back the fuck off too. I don't know him as a person. Olivia knows him as a person. So I'm not gonna give him too many props or kudos and shit, because what it looks like may not be what it is. He may portray himself to be a good father, but he might be a fuck ass father too. I don't know. I don't know. Just because he got his kids don't mean nothing. It can mean a lot of different things as to why he really got them, or whatever the case may be. But what I can say is that Gerard was in their house working. Those kids do love their daddy. I can't say that. I can't say that. So him having his kids is not a problem. They are his, so he can have his kids. Olivia don't want them. She done proved for 5 years that she don't want them. She done proved, and the things that she say out of her mouth is something that a deadbeat would say. One day my kids are going to realize that their father kept no. One day they're going to go to the internet and they're going to go through all of these videos. See, you can delete what you want to, but you got to remember that other people done clip shit that you done said, and it's going to remain on the internet forever. So you can lie to them and tell them whatever you want to tell them. But since you like to document shit that shouldn't be documented, they're going to be able to go back and be able to see exactly all of the things that you did, all the things that you didn't do, and the things that you lied about. So you could try to turn it around on their daddy all you want to, but they're going to really see that you decided to be neglectful, that you decided to not be a part of their lives when you had the chance to be, that you chose yourself over them. That's what, it doesn't matter how long it takes for them to understand and realize this. One day that they will. And the day that they do, Olivia, you going to feel that shit. You don't do your kids like that. You don't write your fucking kids off to go live your life and be free, but then go and have other, you ain't even thinking about how your kids is feeling, that they have to be with their daddy while the other kids is being with you. You don't even think about that. You ain't thinking about how is it that I can't be with my mama like I was with my mama before, but my mama got 2 other kids now, but they can be with her. You're not thinking like that. You don't think that that shit bothers Raya. You don't think that that shit bothers Robin or Christian, that you lost them and went off and had other babies. You don't think that that didn't take a toll on your kids? Just because your kids might have not expressed that to you doesn't mean that don't bother them. And then you got to understand that your kids are hearing you be talked about, and then you return the favor when they come over there. Instead of you spending time with your children, you so fucking childish. I don't give a fuck what they doing, how they doing it. You will get on here and say, oh, you guys thought I wasn't going to get my kids? Well, they're here. Look at them. Yeah, bitch, finally. You finally got your kids? What you want, bitch, a cookie? You should have been and had your kids a long time ago. Then this wouldn't be a topic of conversation. Oh, he won't let me see my kids. But tell them that he won't let you see your kids because you were supposed to get them over the summer and you didn't. Tell the truth. Tell the whole truth and nothing but the truth. Don't tell half of it. Tell all of it. Tell them why you can't see them. Tell them when you were supposed to see them. You had a time to go get your kids. He didn't tell you couldn't come get your kids for the summer. You said you weren't gonna get them for the summer, and you didn't. So now that you want to see them, it's like, oh, he won't let me see my kids because you decided you want to see them. No, that's not how that shit works. And you believe in your mind, I'm their mother. How could he take them away from me? No, ask the judge how he take your kids away from you. Ask the judge that. The only thing Gerard did was present his case. They took it and took those damn kids. You have to answer to the judge. You don't answer to Gerard no more. Since y'all couldn't y'all couldn't sit there and be mature enough to co-parent one another. That's why the third party came into play, because you are immature, ma'am. So you don't answer to Gerard. You answer to the judge. What's up, Renee? The judge is who you answer to. The judge is the one that hit that gavel and said, no, I don't think that the best interest for those children is to be over there with Mr. Webb, blah, 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 blah. And you're going to get this X, Y, and Z. I have the same custody as he does. I can do the same thing he do. I can enroll my kids out of school. I can enroll my kids into school. I can take my kids out of school. I can do this with them. Why are you requesting for him to give you names of coaches and shit like that? If you are able to do the same things that he do, then how come you struggling with your part of your end of being able to get your kids then? That shit don't make no sense. That's because the custody that you have is not the custody that he have, is not the same. Because if it was, you wouldn't be complaining and we wouldn't be having this conversation. And you wouldn't have been driving no raggedy ass truck to go pick them up if that was the case. Remember, earth to live, earth to live, earth to live. Wake up. Hello, are you there? Bitch. The shit that you done did, you know you done fucked up, right? You know you done fucked up in a major way, right? You do know that you finna get it on the 30th, right? You do know that Gerard is not gonna save you this time, right? You know that you should have kept your fucking mouth closed because you wanted that wet ass, and that's all you should have got and went on about your business because it wasn't for those kids. You're not gonna convince me that you slept with their daddy to see your kids more. Because you still haven't seen them. Where are they? If I was Gerard, since she didn't come pick them up on the Thursday when she was supposed to come pick them up, she wouldn't be coming to pick them up at all. And if she want to tell the court that, oh, well, she can go there. I got a lot more to tell them when she goes to court. She wouldn't be getting them because, see, if she cannot go pick them up due to her saying that her car is a problem, then that means that when Monday comes, those kids are not going to make it to school. That means when Monday comes, she's going to say that she had a hard time getting into school and they're not going to go. They're going to be out of school. And Tanisha will probably be at work. Gerard will be at work. So then for those kids is going to be at her house until she takes them and drop them off. You see the type of game she's playing? So your only transportation that you have, you're gonna let break down and not fix it. You're gonna go all the way to another state knowing that you have a vehicle that's not working, and you don't have nobody in the state that you're staying in to assist and help you. There's no relatives there, and you want us to believe that shit. You believe that you're gonna take that off into court, and the judge is gonna be like, "Oh, she doesn't have a working car. That's why she wasn't able to get the kids. Oh, but she went to Florida to better herself, though, so that looks good." Yeah. I don't know what she's thinking. Like, you got to be a damn fool to be thinking how you thinking, because it's not gonna work out, ma'am. It's just not. You lied and did all of these skits while being in Texas in that goddamn car. I was just wondering, oh, she's telling people, oh, I have somebody to keep Kalani while I go to school. What? But you ain't got nobody to keep Kalani while you go to work, though, huh? Oh, People paying for you to get this and that, but they ain't paying for you not to be homeless though, right? Yeah. Okay, bet. Oh, just like you popped up homeless the next day after being in a place the night before. Oh, you popped right the fuck back up and just texted like, voila, bitch, I'm back. We should have some motherfucking music playing for your ass, bitch, because it was just like a movie, like boom, 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 boom. Scene and cut and scene, bitch, with your ass. Then you talking shit. Like somebody put you in that situation other than yourself. I don't give a fuck. If you guys can help me, you guys can help me. If you guys don't help me, then that's fine. Don't worry about who's coming to my house. Don't worry about who I'm about to have crack my back. Don't worry about who I'm about to get this and that. Don't worry about it. Just do it or don't do it. Bitch, what? We'll see if you reach your goal by the 30th, honey. We'll see if that goal get met. We'll see if that goal get met for you. So that way you can have an attorney to fight for you that's not going to work out in your favor. I wouldn't take your damn case, bitch, because you would make me lose my case. If my goal is to win and I see that you're going to be a problem, honey, I'm not going to take your case. Or if I see the details of what your case are and I see that you're not abiding by what's in front of you, then I can't argue against that. What judge, what attorney you think going to argue against something that's set before you and you're choosing not to follow? You think they're going to take up for you on that shit? You think they're going to have any right to take up on you for that shit? No. I'm yapping for days, and guess what? You listening for days. So guess what? It's a win-win for me, and it's a lose for you because, bitch, you're blocked. And I am her, okay? I am her because you are here. All right? I am. I am the shit. Let's go. Now, I am. You can yap up there with the block people. You have a blessed day. All right? You know, it's always y'all that contribute to the cost of me being a boss. I bet you got a little one. But anyways, back to what I was talking about. This is a damn shame. Mm-hmm. We had some characters come up in here today, honey. How long I been on here? I'm about to be getting off of here, honey. Mm-hmm. I gotta go find something to do with my time, honey. I really do. You know, not get online and lie and make up stories about being homeless with 2 kids and not knowing what I'm going to do, not knowing where I'm going to go, not knowing where I'm going to stay. You know, I guess Stella didn't teach her as a child that bad behavior don't get you rewards. Stella let her do what she wants. That's why she's in a position. Say that again, girl. I don't understand these people. And she say, who raised y'all? Not Stella. Stella didn't raise me, baby. She sure didn't. And I don't think she raised you either. Because if she did, okay. Because if she did, then you wouldn't be sitting up here doing the things that you do. How dare you ask us who raised us when you have a mother that raised you and your life is the way that it is. You have 5 kids, but 3 are missing and 2 of them are fatherless. You dropped out of school, ma'am. I don't have any of those issues or those problems. And I don't want to be a boss ass bitch. I want to be a real mom. Thank you. I most definitely don't want to be a bitch that scams people for money. I most definitely don't want to be a person that gets on here and exploits all of my kids' personal and private business for monetary gain and still not gain anything. Lame. Okay, that's clown shit. I'm not a part of the circus, bitch. I just watch it. Now, back to what I was talking about because y'all like to drop down and get. I have to read y'all. Okay, because whether a person is behind the screen, in front of a screen, you still get what I'm saying, unless you don't have comprehension skills. Comprende, capiche. Okay. You understand? Okay. Probably you don't. Because if you come from Olivia, she has no understanding. That's why when the 30th come, she's going to have issues and problems. No matter what she decides to bring to the table is not going to be there for her to sit down at it because she's done exhausted all of her chairs. All of her, you know. So you just have to understand certain things when you're dealing with certain people. You know, Olivia's mind is not there. She's mindless. Very much so. Any woman that's 35 years old that gets on the internet and plays victim to situations that she creates for herself, she's a chaos demon. When you're a chaos demon, that's all you're going to experience is nothing but chaos. And if you're a person that like to blame people for your mistakes, and you're going to continue to keep making those mistakes until you start blaming yourself. Olivia's at fault for any and everything that she's experienced because she does not want to be a mother. She wants to be a bad bitch instead. So when you want to be a bad bitch instead of a good mother, then these are the results that you get. You don't get good results. You don't get good shit. You get bullshit. Okay? Playing victim to the chaos that you created is manic behavior. That's like you going to go punch somebody, and then when they decide to bring a bat and pop you upside the head, you like, well, I didn't hit you that way, but bitch, you still hit. You get my drift? You can't half-ass be a mom. You gotta be one or not be one. It doesn't go like that. You either choose to be a mother or you choose not to be one. Okay? You cannot be half stepping. You can't have half your foot in the door and the other one outside the door. You have to have both feet in there if that's what you call yourself doing. You know. I just don't understand it. You know. There's another demonic spirit. We're gonna get this demonic spirit up out of here. Let's get you up out of here. Uh-huh. You probably is. You probably looking for some, honey. There's no booty over here for you. There's probably plenty up in the block session for you though. Okay. All right. You're the booty hunter. Oh, Jesus Christ. God bless your heart and all your parts. That's probably why you're attacking a female, because somebody attacked your booty. But that's okay. If somebody attacked your booty, you tell somebody about it, you'll get the help that you need, get you a therapist, and don't you be out here taking booties, okay? That's not, what's that man's name? Something Johnson. Yeah, don't you be him now. Don't you, I want you, I like you, and don't you be like that now. People go to jail for being booty warriors and taking butts that don't belong to them, okay? So you go booty hunt up there in the clouds, and I'm warning y'all in the clouds. If you're in the clouds and you're on the block list, we got a booty hunter on the run. Okay. All right. All right. That's just a shame. But anyways, back to what we were talking about. We're not gonna get off topic because we got booty hunters and demonic spirits and things coming up in here. Uh-huh. Now make sure y'all protect your butts, okay? Because we got a booty hunter in here. I've never seen things of a sort. Uh-huh. But hey, here we are. But anyways, back to the conversation at hand, because we got a lot of people that like to detour the conversation, and I'm going to make sure I put the subscribe mode only when we do our live about Jasmine here later on sometime today. I don't know what time, but I will be going live to do a live about Jasmine. And as you all enter in to get blocked, you would just hit the block list, okay? I'm not going to light nobody up in blue. I'm the sniper over here, okay? I take everybody out. I don't want nobody to be targeted when it comes to taking people out on my channel. So therefore, I'm going to be the target myself. So when you come in, make sure you you know, dust your feet off now. Make sure you use some hand sanitizer. Don't touch my doorknob. Don't touch my door without sanitizing your hand, without knocking first. Okay, you do those things. But when you enter into my home, make sure you speak. Make sure you have sense. Make sure you stay on topic, or you get blocked. Okay, that's how we do. We don't do timeouts. We're doing block outs. Okay, block outs over here. All right, that's how we're doing it. But anyways, we shall see what this nutcase gets on here to say later on today. I'm sure she will be live. I will be back on here to discuss a few more things, especially Jasmine. I'm sure we'll be doing a live about her. We will touch more on this manic person right here, Olivia. She seems to have a lot of issues that she needs to get addressed by a therapist. I suggest her to do so. I hope that those two children that are off in her custody get placed somewhere better, and not even in Stella's care, because that'd just be like placing them with Olivia all over again. It just won't happen. But then again, I take that back. Since those are the kids that kind of look somewhat like her, then maybe she will. Yeah, yeah. It's those Livv kids that probably wouldn't make it over there with Stella if they were got taken and there was no Gerard. I don't see Stella taking those kids, and I see those kids being in the system, having to fend for themselves, just like now. But anyways, that's neither here nor there, or is it? Yes, I think it's here. Um, Olivia, you're gonna have to get yourself together. You cannot make your own rules outside of court ordered rules. You cannot do that. That's not how it works. No judge is gonna listen to anything that you have to say other than I can pay my child support. When I'm gonna pay my child support, I got money for my child support. I'm working towards for my child support. That's one thing they're willing to hear from you. Other than that, you sucking dick, eating ass, anything like that, it doesn't matter. because the judge doesn't care. You should have cared enough to not give your lady parts to a man that left you, divorced you, and took your kids from you. You should make better choices. Okay. Then maybe you wouldn't have to be running around here with a broken heart, feeling hopeless because your baby daddy came and smashed you, took your kids from you. Now you can't see them. No, he didn't. Let me take that back. He didn't take nothing from you. Let's not say he took anything from you. No. You smashed him, alienated yourself away from the kids because the process that you thought that was going to work out for you so bad didn't, because you thought Antonisha was going to up and leave and dip on that nigga, and she didn't. She's still there with your children that she's able to see and and still seeing currently in this moment. Right now, as we speaking, as you're listening right now, she's with your children. Or are you with your kids? Are you going to come and let us know? You know they don't know how to be respectful. Their moms didn't teach them that, or their daddies didn't teach them that either. So that's why they come here being disrespectful. But it's fine. They could be disrespectful. We have to have some disrespectful people every now and again to come into the chat. They want to be seen, because in their real lives they're not seen or heard. Nobody's caring enough about either one of those things when it comes to them. So why not come off into a chat where there's people where I can just at least be seen and heard, even if for a split second, and get blocked, type shit. So, just charge it to their heads and not their hearts. They not know what they do. They wasn't trained. They wasn't taught. Okay. That's why we got booty huntings and shit like that. We got people in here dropping rainbows looking like Marilyn Manson. We got people in here talking about things that they know that they don't know what they're talking about. So you just let them go. This is a public platform. So, they can drop down and get blocked if that's what they want to do. I'm all here for it. It's not going to stop me from hitting the live button and going live. And it's not going to stop any dumb asses from making fake accounts to talk shit. Right? Right. So yeah, I appreciate y'all for coming into this stream. I don't want to hold y'all too long. Might be some other people that might be live that y'all want to go tune into. I've been on here for 2 hours and 31 minutes, and I just wanted to let y'all know that Olivia's a liar, and I most definitely is going to come back, and I'm going to go back on her videos to see exactly when she ended back up in Texas, because homegirl been there for the whole time, for a long time now, and she's just been playing in everybody's faces, thinking that she's just really clever when she's really stupid. And the only person that's going to have to answer to the judge when the 30th comes is going to be Olivia. And it's most definitely not going to work out in her favor. You want to know why? Because it's some days before the 30th, and guess who's going to get on here and incriminate themselves even further? Olivia Nicole Johnson, because she doesn't know anything better to do but then to incriminate herself. And she thinks by her getting on here to entertain her audience is just, oh, I'm documenting what he's doing to me. And you're also documenting the things that you have failed to do as to why the things are being done to you. So don't forget that part. Remember when you were documenting yesterday on Gerard, not answering the phone, you were also documenting yourself sitting on live, not going to go pick up your kids. Okay? You see how that works, and it doesn't work for you? Just like you hit that panel the other day trying to talk shit to people that's asking you questions. Don't be a bold bitch and hop on a panel with people that you know that's going to ask you questions that you don't want to answer, or say things to you that's going to make your little feathers ruffle. You shouldn't take interviews if you don't know how to conduct yourself as a grown-ass woman. You want to conduct yourself as a child, you should just go on your own panel and talk shit that way. Where you were able to control people and able to mute people and able to drop people when they don't fit the narrative that you're trying to spin, or they don't go along with the bullshit shenanigans that you be trying to pull. Like I said, it's always you bitches that are missing kids that want to get on here and pop the most shit, but be missing kids that you got that came out of your puss. You got to be the most lowest down female to be doing shit like that, especially with the way we know how you lost them. Inconclusive drug tests and shit like that. Not taking drug tests when you're supposed to be taking drug tests. Lying about people being co-workers when you're sucking them off and having babies with them and shit like that. Committing complete perjury off in court. And then coming on the internet like a dumbass bitch, incriminating yourself even further. For females that you know that don't like you, to be able to clip what you say and send that shit right to him, so then he can present that shit in court, so they can work against you and work in his favor. You fucking idiot. Could she teach those kids anything? Nothing. She could teach them to be trifling, to be dumb, to be petty, to be worthless. That's what she could teach them to be, because those are all the things that she is. That's why she pretended to be homeless in the car in Texas. That's why. That's why. That is why she lied. And that's why she has to go back to court on the 30th, and she has to prove herself or have to come with some type of payment. And if she don't come with no type of payment, they probably test, and then she's probably gonna get locked up. So that's why the GoFundMe is in place. It's not for the attorney itself to fight for her in court. It's for her to pay up whatever it is that she's lacking up on, that she's back up the back child support that she has. That's why she has the GoFundMe set in place for her. So then that way that when she goes to court, she won't go empty handed. She'll go with a big type, not a lump sum of money, but at least a good portion of money to be able to pay to Antonisha and Gerard. And she don't want to be the one to do it. So therefore she getting other people to do it, getting other people to pay for her debt because she doesn't want to, because she feels like if she's doing it, then she's contributing to Gerard and Antonisha, not her kids. That's the real reason why she won't pay her child support. It's because of that reason. She won't pay her child support because she already knows that she feels in her mind that the money that she's spending towards the kids is really going towards Antonisha and Gerard and their trips. So she don't want to fund that shit. So she rather play like, oh, I don't make any income. I don't have a job to pay for this. I don't have a job to pay for that. So I have other people doing it for me. How long do you think that they're going to let that shit stand up, especially when you're an able-bodied woman that can get up and go work? The judge is not going to give a fuck about none of that. If you're not disabled, handicapped to where you can't get up and do anything, if you don't have any type of restrictions or limitations that's stopping you from doing what the fuck you need to do, then guess what? The judge is going to get your ass, okay? Get ready. The judge is going to get you. The judge is going to get you. Keep on. It's in your best interest to stop getting on here talking about this situation until you go to court. And even after, you might want to keep your damn mouth closed, because I think this is going to be your rude awakening on the 30th. Your rude awakening is coming. You're not going to be able to keep running from what you've been trying to run from. You're not going to be able to keep abandoning what you keep abandoning. You're not going to keep on making up excuses. There's men that are on child support. They can't make up excuses for not paying their child support. So I don't know why it makes you think that you being a woman, a fair-skinned woman, a mixed woman, is going to even be any different from you. It's not. They're going to have to treat it as they would in any case regarding child support. So when you go, be prepared for that gavel to hit, bitch. And you just better hope they don't lock your dumb ass up, because I don't know why you suffer playing these little, no, fuck that. Ain't no, I don't know why. I know exactly why you're doing what you're doing. You don't know no better, and ain't trying to find no better either. This is how you live. This is how you get your jollies and how you get your rocks off, is by being an ignorant ass bitch on the internet. That's crazy to me. What's up, your pleasure? That's crazy to me. You know, find something to do with your time other than hopping online, incriminate yourself, giving Gerard more evidence to put against you. So then that way you won't have to worry about your rights being stripped from you completely to where you cannot even see your kids no more, because you're pushing towards that, not being able to see them anymore. But I think that that's what you want, because that keeps you relevant by talking about something like that. It keeps her relevant when she speaks on this court shit, because she knows people are going to tune in. Nobody would know nothing about the 30 if she wouldn't have posted a docket on her fucking time community. So that's what I'm saying. Everything that you're doing, you thinking that it's documentation to help you. No, it's really hurting you more than it's helping. Calling that man on that app while you on live to let strangers hear whatever it is, whatever interaction that y'all having, that's another problem. You don't have to do that. If you need a witness of what's being said or what's being done to you, you can use your mother and your sister for that. As far as the internet goes, I don't think that's smart to do, because none of these people are going to come to court to help you. So why do that online? Because you need the attention. The attention is more important than what you're really saying that you're trying to do. The attention that she's receiving from this shit is what's keeping her going. It's not the fact that she's trying to get those kids to see those kids. No, this is what's keeping that channel afloat over there. This is what's keeping her ass from not being able to get up and go work, because she wants to sit there and scam the people out of money by lying to them about shit that she's not even experiencing. This whole entire time this bitch on being on this platform, we have never known for her to be homeless or hungry or hurting in any type of way as far as that goes. Never been an issue. All of a sudden she pops up with a roommate. All of a sudden she gets kicked out the roommate house. All of this shit's transpired. Meanwhile, back at the fucking ranch, it's a fully furnished apartment. Really? Really? And you're gonna tell the courts that this was for just entertainment? Well, they're gonna tell you that there's nothing entertaining about you playing like you've been homeless with kids in the car and it's hot outside. It's nothing entertaining about you being off in a public area in public screaming at your kids. They're not gonna take too likely with you, them seeing that, and then you talking about how you want to be and have more time with the web kids. Girl, you done lost your rabbit ass mind. No one should be able to pick and choose when they want to be a parent. If women don't allow men to do that, then men shouldn't allow women to do that either. It goes hand in hand. It's not a one-way street with this shit. Just as well as there's single mothers, there's single fathers out here too. And just as much as they can go through things just as well as the single mothers with their kids, men that have gotten their kids or have taken their kids away, they can experience the same damn thing. It goes hand in hand. Olivia got a lot of growing up to do, and she's not growing anymore. She's just stopped growing. So where you see her at is where she is. You know, where they say you got to meet people where they're at. Where we're meeting Olivia, where she's going to always remain. There's no progression there because she doesn't want any. Being a boss ass bitch, trying to shit on the next person is what's more important than her than seeing about what she can do, how she can do it to get her kids back in her custody. Some females don't care about the kids that they lose. They glad that they gone, and she's one of them. She's one of them. Oh, she's such a good mom. Y'all know y'all can't take that away from Olivia. Oh yeah, we could take a lot of things from Olivia from what she posts. You don't have to be in a person's house day to day to know what it is or what it isn't. They're presented to you as we see them daily. And not to mention, these are not bitches that just got on the internet. Honey, we're talking about a decade of bullshit. We're talking about motherfuckers been on her for a long, long time. Now, they did not just arrive, they've been here. They've been displaying their shortcomings more than their things that uplift them. They thrive off of bringing the negative shit that goes on in their life, and they want to gain off of it. But they're not learning anything from it because you want to know why? Because they got people that's willing to collar them in the bullshit that they do and keep it going. She don't care about any of those kids, Mama Boo, if you ask me. Not none of them. Because gaslighting your toddler son when he's actually speaking real truth about what it is, and you start to say, don't say that. Stop. You're screaming at him the same way she did with that damn lip gloss that I was telling y'all about the other day. Knowing that she gives him lip gloss to let him be free and let him do whatever he wants to do. Let him wear whatever he wants to wear and stuff. She lets him do that shit. She does. But she'll try to play like she don't do that. But she does just that. Makes no damn sense. She's hard-headed and she doesn't want to listen to Justine. She doesn't want to listen to nobody. She thinks everybody's against her when really and truly it doesn't matter how harsh somebody may say something to you. It's about the message that's being said to you. You either take it or you leave it. That's solely your choice. I don't want to run nobody's life or tell them how to run their life. All I'm here to do is just speak my piece as to what I see and what I observe. Nothing more, nothing less. Not to try to make it seem like I'm perfect more than the other or anything like that. But if I see something, I'm going to say something. And if I want to talk about it, I'm going to do just that. You bring it into a public platform to be spoke on, and it's going to be spoken on. It'll be no different from me bringing my shit to the platform and people speaking on it. If you don't give people things that you feel like you're going to feel fucked up about. Anything that I have brought to my platform and disclosed to y'all, I don't give a fuck about y'all knowing about it. You know, I don't care about y'all talking about it either, because if I did, I would have kept it to myself. I cannot get mad at people for voicing their opinions off of things that I chose to disclose on my platform. I can only get mad at myself for running my motherfucking mouth. That's it. That's all, folks. And on that note, I'm out. I'll holler. Keep those bells ringing.